And we're back, baby.
Hey, I finally have the power, audience.
You
Gosh
know, I went
dang.
to the store today to pick up some stuff for my mom and for myself, and I saw He-Man gummies.
Real. Oh, He-Man gummies. Nice.
I didn't buy
Well,
any, but you know.
it's just a novelty of having it. Dude, I remember back when I was in middle school, right? There used to be this baseball card shop around my middle school. And, well, I mean, they didn't just sell baseball cards. They sold, some Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, some other geek stuff there, too, right? They
Mhm.
had baseball Simpsons cards there with gum from the early 90s.
Yeah, we don't
And
talk
I'm
about the
like,
gum from the early '90s.
yeah, it was yellow gum. And literally the guy who owned that shop told me, like, yeah, I would not advise you eating that gum. But I tried, audience. It was real, it was like crackers, basically. It was hard, it was solid. I was like, oh boy. It turned my tongue yellow though, so there was that. Yeah, I was a middle school, audience. We were all dumb when we were in middle school. Okay, cut me some slack.
Mhm.
You know, no. Yeah, yeah. I know this is a little bit of an unusual circumstance for us talking about the media and comic news today, but hey, some not every day we can have the power, audience. All right, I'm just
No,
saying that.
Let me tell you
yeah,
about
we didn't have
Tokon.
any power.
Go
Power went
ahead.
out.
Hmm.
Well, which one you're saying?
No, no, no. I was just saying that Cryptid didn't have any power because of the blackout.
Hmm.
I told Creative my category beforehand, so I'm gonna say that a little bit last. But I will say I'm doing Doctor Doom Storm right now. This shit is funny as fuck. This is like someone just read about Doctor Doom and said, "Oh, he's like the best loser." It's so funny. So there was five invite. There was four invites, not five. So Doom wasn't even supposed to get one. He didn't get one. He got mad. Went to go to fight the champion himself. Got beat up. Then got punched out the building all the way back to Earth. And he said, "Oh, I guess I need a team."
Oh, can I go on a Star Trek rant after you're done? Because I just remembered something.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay, go
The
go
ahead.
first
for it.
thing he did was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go find my you're a loser and they don't like you, but I think you're okay. So why don't you join my team?" And maybe he'll basically tell him to go fuck himself and they fight.
God
But
damn, dude.
basically, Doom says, "Oh, if I beat the champion, he said he'll give us a wish. I'll give you your mutant nation back." And he said, "Okay."
What?
That's the reason Magneto joins. And then
Okay,
he
did
goes,
he?
"Well, I'm halfway through, so I ain't got that part yet."
Yeah.
And so we go to New York. He's like, "Okay, we need an invite. I know who got one, and the person who has one is Green Goblin. Why did Green Goblin got one cryptid? Because he stole Spider Man's.
Oh
He,
wow.
he stole
Wow.
Spider Man, and we're trying to bait Spider Man into a trap. But Doom and them showed up,
Mhm.
beat him up, and then took it. And they said, "I guess you can join my team." And then went to
Mhm.
recruit Carnage after that. That's Doom's story mode
Mhm.
so far. I'm like, dude, this is like the
Yeah.
most meme Doom version I've ever seen in my life, bro. This is like two steps above Superhero Squad. It's very funny.
Oh,
Oh, I love the Superhero Squad show.
it had its
Yeah,
charm. Like
I'm fighting Loki right now, but
that's
which
what.
you can go ahead and do your Star Trek.
Oh, fun. Okay, I'll try to keep it brief. So I'm trying to catch up with Star Trek: Strange New Worlds because I want to. And so I got to. I'm on season. I just got to season 4, but I had to watch the 4.5 Vulcans episode in season 3. Right? Get by.
Uh,
But
Yeah.
I tell, and this is coming from a Vulcan fan, a fan of
mhm.
Vulcans. Why the fuck were they so insufferable in that fucking episode, dude? Oh
Wow.
my god, it was pissing me off. They were acting like what people think Vulcans act like, and that was like annoying as shit. Oh my god, they were speaking in a
No.
way that was just like, oh, it was obnoxious, dude. It was obnoxious, dude. And we've seen Vulcans on this fucking show. I mean,
What
Spock's
were
here. We saw T'Pring. We saw her family. They didn't act like this. Yeah,
were
they were.
they were,
Some of them could be assholes, but they didn't act like this.
were the Vulcans that were acting out character Vulcans that you seen in previous episodes, or just
So
for
basically,
this
what
adaptation?
happened is that the Enterprise, had to deal with a thing on a planet, before they can go on shore leave, right? So
Yeah.
basically, they want none of the allegedly none of the race. of people on this planet trusted anyone but the Vulcans. So basically, what they did was they turned 4 of their human crew into Vulcans. So it was Pike, Aurora, Chapel, and La'an.
Wait.
You're
Did
changing
they
the
get
race?
really Vulcan, or did you like they really were Vulcan?
No, they were changed to be Vulcan. It was basically the opposite of what happened to Spock in like last season, in like the previous season, where he turned human.
Okay.
Because of an incident with a non-corporeal being. Don't worry about it. Not important.
Okay. So they're invited to the Vulcan cookout is what I'm hearing. Okay.
No, I would not invite my Vulcan cookout, dude. Fuck that. No, they get changed back into humans. It's just how they were acting as Vulcans was just... I hated it. I hated it.
Gotcha.
I hated that episode. The best part about that episode was that one Vulcan named Doug.
Yeah.
Basically what he's named Doug is that his parents really were enamored by human culture and named all of their kids human names.
Oh, wow.
But they still act like Vulcans.
They've been okay.
Doug was played by a comedian, which was really funny in the grand scheme of things. And he was really horny for Una, like number 1. It was really funny. I know they fucked at the end of that episode. I can tell you that as a fact. I didn't even need to be there. I didn't even need to watch it. I just knew.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he was the best character. He was like the best part of it. And I felt the secondhand embarrassment so hard that it made me angry. Spock, I am so sorry for what you had to deal with that day. But anyways, the rest of the show's been good. I'm almost caught up. Yeah, I will probably not review it because I'm lazy. Anyways, yeah, I'm good. Jake.
All right.
Jake.
Got any Star Trek-isms out that you want to get out, Jake? Okay. No.
Also, if you want us to ramble about Star Trek in the future, please let us know, man. We'll do it. Mine is cryptid.
Pretty one day
Cryptid
soon.
knows some Star Trek now.
Yeah, like one movie.
Through osmosis, basically. It's the same way I know about Star Wars stuff because y'all talk about it, or people I follow and listen to podcasts talk about it. I'm not a Star Wars fan, and I'm not a Star Trek fan. But in the near future, audience, you might hear me go on a Stargate ramble. But hey, that's in the near future. So yeah.
Listen, I'm liking Star Trek way more than Star Wars, so you know.
Well, I like Stargate more than both of those two. But
he's my people. That's how I win.
I swear, the way some of those people, their mentality going into other worlds, I'm like, these are my people. These are guys I can share a beer with. They have the right mentality. There are definitely no dang red shirts in this sector.
No one's dying from comically large spears here.
Yeah,
we have Aquaman on our team.
Yeah.
Didn't see that episode, but we have Aquaman.
Oh wow!
But in Babylon 5, they have Chekhov.
We also have O'Brien too. O'Brien's in the show a lot.
I haven't seen Babylon 5 yet, guys. I just know that.
O'Brien from Star Trek did like at least 5 episodes of Star Trek Atlantis.
Well, we have a captain who's named Carter. So there, ha ha ha.
Is this Captain Carter better than the MCU one?
Yeah, she's okay for a time being, So yeah, she's pretty cool. But, yeah. Anyway, audience, I guess we're about to approach the 10-minute mark, so we might as well get the intros out of the way. Anyway, let me get us started. Welcome, Confag Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Cookie 4 and 5, yada yada. I got the power back, so move on.
And you're with me, Jake Tylenol, just getting in, and I don't know, fuck shit, I guess.
Yeah, you hear that? We almost here without the Tylenol. We was almost here without the Tylenol. It's all your fault, fans. It's all your fault. But Breaking Wall Ace Comics. Play Tokon. It's not that. It's actually a great game. I'm getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, and I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he. And if you're so adamant on capturing a space pirate who's trying to help your guys' planet out, don't use his adopted niece as bait, you dumbass.
Who am I supposed to use then?
Not his 8-year-old niece.
Oh God.
He
Look,
comes
he
back
didn't
to
get
Earth every other day. What do you? There are other ways.
you. I know
Mhm.
that. You're right there at that point. That is kind of stupid.
He goes to Earth every other day to deal with this alien force, and
Mhm.
the Earth government is like, me. Harlow is the
When,
worst. I mean, Harlock is the worst, and it's like, shut the fuck
Mhm.
up, dude. He's
Yeah.
actually trying to help. He actually likes it here. You guys are
when
just
the
lazy pieces of shit. Anyways, Captain Harlock's the best.
when the
True.
villains of the Odyssey have a better plan to bait their enemy than you do, you have a problem because their plan was ass. I just want you to know that
Mhm.
I haven't seen the Odyssey, but I'm gonna take your word
their
for it.
plan was we're gonna wait until he gets. We're
Mhm.
gonna wait until he gets here, and then we're gonna fight him. That was it. It was
Yeah.
so stupid.
And I
Gotcha.
believe you.
Mhm. Speaking of what's not stupid, and together we formed the Fanatics here to bring you the news and reviews of the week, audience. And normally in our special Tuesdays we would talk about the reviews, but because of some power outage, we have to move like the media and the comic news to today, audience. What do we have for you? We'll be talking about some X-Men 27 season 2. Hey, who wants to talk about that, right? Oh yeah, apparently everybody. Then we have some X-Men
Nobody wants to talk
casting.
about it, sir.
Then we
I
have
see.
some, yeah. Then we have some X-Men casting announcements, all followed by some, more Avengers Doomsday content coming up. And wouldn't you know it, we have some Kingdom Hearts coming up in our near future, audience, in the television.
That's just depressing.
Also,
Yeah.
Bionicle's back? Question mark, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah, you saw the
there you
clip I
go.
sent you, right?
No, that wasn't what I'm talking about at all. I was talking about something
No,
else.
no. I wanted you to see it because they gave Tahu a voice. I want you to tell me if it was right or not.
Okay,
It's like
I'll do it. I'll do it after.
Gotcha. Oh, and we also got like another glimpse of Vision
Vision
Quest, by
Quest.
the way, audience.
Vision
Yeah.
Quest, get your
Oh,
show straight.
I was about to say WandaVision for a second, but I mean, hey, it's
We
their fault
got
for
a
putting
trailer.
Vision
We
on
got
the
a trailer
titles.
for Vision Quest.
Yeah, it's their fault for putting Vision on both titles. But anyway, yeah, with that, you guys want to get to the socials? Go ahead, Witch.
Yeah. Subscribe because I said so. Follow us on
Mhm.
Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69 because I also said so. You can find me on Twitter at Witch of Yotin with an E instead of a U. Whenever I decide to do anything on there, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. You can follow my coffee at the same thing if you want as well. You can also find me on Tumblr, Blue Sky, whenever I post on there, and Letterbox at Northstar Aria. And you can find me wherever you find social medias near you. That is actually somewhat useful. If you find my space hate, that's gonna be shocking. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You know how to make an Austin, even though everyone has made him wrong. Stop using white brick. This is not a white brick wall. Not right, Austin.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm not lying. I wish I still had the picture. I had a picture. I did draw me on a wall recently.
That's
Wow.
cool.
The 90 joke I did with chalk. It probably didn't work, but I did do it.
Mhm.
You know where to find cryptid near you. You can find a cryptid near you. And Jake,
Yo, what's up?
where are you? Where did I drop you off last time?
In an air raid shelter. That'll be explained soon enough.
Mhm. Gotcha. But anyway, audience, I guess with that, we should move on to the topics of the week. So,
Oh yeah, if Tevye shows
Now-
up, I have a question to ask him, just so you know. So I'm sorry if I interrupt anybody, but I'll have to
Yeah.
catch him if he randomly shows up. I just want you to know.
same here. Somebody joined the skydiving club, and recently. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Anyways,
So-
X-Men 97 season 2.
Yay!
Thoughts?
Or nay? Yay or nay, audience?
To be honest with you guys, this has nothing to do with the quality of the show. I kind of stopped watching the show. It's nothing really to do with the show itself.
I did too.
It's really just like, and really it's just the timing. I'm just not into X-Men as I used to anymore. It's just, and maybe the Mutant Saga and the MCU will bring me back. I already like Jean Grey and Brand New Day, so that's a good sign. But in terms of just like
it's the glamour of it. We already were hyped that they brought in a show back after so long, and now it kind of fizzled out.
I
Yeah.
like the X-Men.
Mhm.
I really like the X-Men. They bring in good stories and everything like that.
Awesome.
It's just this season in particular.
Yeah, I also wasn't feeling that too. It was like, I think For
It just
instance,
feels like they just. It
like
feels
the
like they needed
Well,
more episodes to conclude what they were trying to do.
I,
Because
I
like
can't.
we
Okay.
we have episodes that don't have a conclusion, like
Yeah.
later on.
but
Um,
we know the reasons for that too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
can
like I
speak
don't
to
know. I
what.
just feel like
Oh, good.
it was just like not as good as the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak
And
to
this
what
is
I
coming from a place
saw.
of love. This is not coming
Right.
out of a place of malice.
Mm-hmm.
I will speak to what I saw in the show. I just know, like, for me, like I said, I'm not fully off board X-Men as a concept. For instance, like, despite my misgivings about the Wolverine stuff, I've seen some of the story. I'm like, oh, this seems pretty interesting. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I like Jean in Brand New Day. I really like her character a lot. But it's like when it comes back to like this, which is more of like classic X-Men storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like I've grown out of the because I'm talking about a lot. I think I've just grown out of the naive idea of the X-Men, and I'm kind of looking
Yeah.
for a different type of thing when it comes to X-Men that they just never give. And what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying as well, I don't think the story they were giving with the apocalypse and the time travel and the going back and forth, it wasn't really hitting. It was still kind of felt very surface level, not
Because they
kind of
changed it.
basic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's so like I don't know. It just wasn't gripping me in multiple ways, so I just kind of dropped off. I think one
I
episode
feel
after
like
we
if they
stopped.
had more time, I feel like it could
No,
have been better.
Mm-hmm.
it would
Um,
not.
but
Oh,
like
okay.
I don't know. This is just me hopefully thinking. I just feel like they were just throwing stuff at a wall because of everything that happened when the first season dropped,
Oh,
and they were like,
uh,
okay, let's see what stuck.
okay.
I just
Happy
Hate to,
birthday,
hate,
Tevia.
yeah, hate to interrupt you, Witch, but yeah, Tevia's here. It's his birthday, and he recently did skydiving. So congrats, Tevia. You're part of the skydiving club, along with
yeah,
one other
don't
member
ask me to sing
here.
happy birthday. I don't like singing happy birthday.
I can sing it in Spanish if you want, but who wants
No,
to
no,
hear
no.
that?
Not right now. Later.
So the problem with this season, and
Happy birthday,
like,
Tev. Mhm.
yeah, happy birthday, Tevia. I
Yeah.
I have a question to ask you later if you stay. I need to go ahead and get this point out.
Okay.
But as we all saw, like Jake said, I did drop off too, and I came back to finish because I knew we were going to talk about it. I
I
had
stayed
no
for the whole.
faith at the end of the show, and I was right not to, because we know exactly what episode the What If writers took over. We know exactly what episodes they changed, and that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly when the full fall off happened. The last
Also,
few episodes were changed and modified by the What If writers directly.
Mm.
But before that, they
Wow.
changed it a little bit, but they totally rewrote the last few episodes because, like I told you, I think I told Jake every time we watched it, oh, like they keep setting up the build for Onslaught, like every step of it, but they keep teasing it's going to happen, they don't do it, and I'm like, you run out of
Mm-hmm.
time to actually do it. Because the time
Right,
that
right.
season one where Magneto and Xavier are head to head, that's the origin point of Onslaught. So I'm like, okay, they didn't want to do it there. I understand. Because Wolverine getting his body, ripped apart, supposed to be like pushing Magneto over there. I mean, Xavier over there. That should have been the part. Then
Yeah.
you got to the part where Magneto died. Still didn't do it. So I was like, okay, they're not going to do it. The,
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort, I don't really care about dude. Sometimes I feel like he be lying, but sometimes like I do think telling the truth. We
Mm-hmm.
do know that he said that he had finished all of season 2. And we know the writers from their own words said they changed the last few episodes. That's the two things
Wow.
we
also,
openly came out with. They wrote
also,
out
this is
Onslaught.
making me
Onslaught
that
supposed to be
like.
the finale to the Apocalypse arc. That was
Also,
supposed to be.
Wow.
this is coming from someone who likes the morph subplot in this season, but I feel like we didn't get much of it because
It's
they
too spread
basically have
out.
the Brood episode, right? Which I got my Alpha
Mm-hmm.
Flight cameo, guys. Yippee, give me praise.
Yay.
Not the one we
Clap.
wanted, but whatever. We'll take what we can get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like they're like, yeah, we have to get Wolverine the adamantium back in his body. Okay, cool, whatever. But it feels like everything else felt more significant than that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll also say this, and I don't think I have quite the words to put like the full on words to say it, but I'm gonna try my best. Um, I think more so this season than last season. I think this show. So the conceit of X Men '97 is that we're continuing it. It's a mix of like if we could have continued it from where we left off, but it's also like we're putting a modern things in it as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like this season in particular, it just doesn't really feel like the original show anymore.
It
At
feels
least like
its
the
own thing.
yes, and I
They
don't
feel
think
like they
the
want to
thing.
grow up, you know?
Yeah, and I
They
don't
feel
think
like they
the
want
thing
to
they
grow up.
replaced it with is as interesting. I mean, as dated as X-Men, like the original series is, there's a lot of charm and character to the way the dialogue is handled,
I
the way
think
they
it's
tackle
mostly
issues.
because it was directed towards kids.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think, and this is what I say this a lot these days. People often mistake constraints as things that hurt writers. A lot of times, constraints make good writers better. Okay, like
Mhm.
with Avatar, X-Men,
Or
Spectacular
even
Spider-Man.
with
These
like comic books, like with the Comics Code Authority, they
right,
were
because
restricted a lot, but there's a will, there's a way.
right, the being a good writer needs constraints because constraints will challenge that writer to find another, so to be more creative. Basically, you have to be,
Yeah.
it's like lifting weights, right? Like you're sure it hurts in the moment, but you get stronger for it, right?
Yeah, even with my own writing stuff when it comes to already existing properties, like I'm restricted with a lot of stuff, but I find if there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think
I can explain things.
I think X-Men 97 having the freedom it does. I mean, like a lot of the writing is hyper melodramatic, but not even in a
Mhm.
fun, campy way like it used to be in the old show. It's just like everything has to be so serious. Everything's like kind of like everyone's trying to be a badass, or like,
Mhm.
everything's trying to be like
Also, yeah,
it's
like also going back to the Brood episode, it just felt like a episode of a completely different series.
right.
Sometimes
Oh
it
yeah.
felt
Yeah,
like a horror. It felt like a horror X-Men show, which could
It
exist.
did.
right.
There's enough
Mhm.
shit in
To
this
be fair,
goddamn
even the
universe.
original one had episodes like that. I don't think one episode being more scary than the other ones. It did take
No,
it was
no,
a
and
different
I
show.
liked that episode. It's just like it
I
kind of just felt
I
out of
look
place compared to the
I
I
rest
look
of them.
I
I
look back at the
argue,
original. I look back at the original X-Men animated series, man. Like when they introduced the Brood, Rogue's former boyfriend willingly wanted
yeah,
to join them. That was creepy as fuck, audience. Like,
the real no,
what
the Bruce there is
happened?
xenomorph.
It
That
just
was the whole
felt
point.
like
Yeah,
this season was kind of all over the place a little
Hmm.
bit.
you,
It
you know
did
what it felt
feel
like?
like
It felt like what if?
Oh
Oh yeah,
wow,
we lose
yeah.
one of the writers on that
I
show.
feel like we had this. I feel like we were going the same circle. We had what if?
Listen,
Where
Well,
it's
listen,
like,
guys.
Gotcha.
I didn't watch season 3 of What If because I knew I was gonna fucking hate it.
well, that is
yeah,
the original show, right? So, like in the original show, it was like there was a through line. I mean, there was a light through line plot that tied up at the end, but there were many adventures. Like in one season, I think like one of the seasons they had like a dual plot where it's like the X-Men go on random adventures, but Magneto and Wolverine. I mean, Magneto and Charles were like somewhere else, and there was the cliffhanger was
Oh,
like, well, how are they gonna
Okay,
get out of this
speak,
situation?
oh, oh
speaking of
yeah.
Magneto,
Magneto and Charles
speaking
were
of
in Savage
Magneto,
Land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
speaking of him, thoughts on his death? Thoughts on him getting his back blown out by
Oh,
Apocalypse?
okay,
Okay,
okay.
that's an
I have
I think
thoughts
that was the
on
last
that.
good episode.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was that's an example of
I,
like, and it's not a great example because while I do like
yeah.
that episode, it's also an example of like, wow, this would not be how it would have been written in the original show, but I'm in that universe still.
Well, no,
And it's a great.
they're acting like that was the first time they saw Magneto dead. But like, if I'm looking at this from the original continuity, this would be like the third time Magneto's died. Like, and we're gonna see him come
Yeah, this is
back.
the
I
first
mean,
time he's been disintegrated.
But yeah, it's a little different.
no, no,
There's
no.
no bodies.
Yeah, I
No,
think
no.
dying is a bit different than getting
No,
getting
no,
atomized.
remember like when it came to Asteroid M plot, like they saw Magneto's body literally fading away from existence, and Charles had to sing
Yeah,
say the
that's an easy
eulogy and
fix,
all that
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't know he was going to come back. I mean, they already had like 2 funerals
Yeah, but
for
this is
Magneto up
the
to
No,
that
X-Men.
point.
no, but
They
no,
killed
that's an
Ileana
easy
in
fix.
a weird ass way
Yeah.
They
too.
killed her in the dumbest way possible. The
They
chick with Portal
they
is the
killed
one
her
who
in the
stops and just
dumbest
looks
way
back like,
possible, dude.
goodbye, bro. That was
Listen,
terrible.
like a plot wise, her dying to like I guess elevate is that the word I want to use? Probably not to like continue Colossus' story could be
It's the
interesting, but
woman in the
people
fridge.
are gonna consider it as fridging
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
Ileana's character.
Yeah.
As someone who likes both Colossus and Magic, I'm just like, damn, they did not give them the grace that they deserved.
I would have
When I hear
let it
when I
slide
heard,
if she had a good death, but you had her stand there and look back. This is the chick who could teleport. She could
No,
easily
for
teleport them out of there.
real.
She could did a lot of stuff. She didn't even die fighting. She died standing there, and that's
Even
why
Gambit in the first season went out with a bang. No puns intended.
Yeah.
But you know what's a more bullshit? You know, it's like more of a bullshit but more fulfilling death in this damn season. Can we talk about Nightcrawler real quick?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, they didn't give this man enough to do, and then it's like, yeah, would him sacrificing himself for his sister make sense for his character? Yes, but did we get to build on that? Not really.
Yeah. The problem they don't have that bond in the show. It's just if you go from the original to here, it's like, oh yeah, I guess they were kind of like friends. And no, actually, no, I love her. That's my sister. Like you're not that.
Yeah, that's more like that's more like Evolution Rogue.
That's Evolution. That's more comics now, but that was not comics then.
Yeah.
This is something
like if we had more time to build up his and Rogue's relationship, I feel like this would have been more of a satisfactory sacrifice, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But it just didn't felt like it. And also, I saw this dumbass tweet on Twitter where it was from that ending scene where Rogue and Gambit were looking at the sunset, holding Kurt's Bible because he is a Catholic character.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, look at this straight couple reading the Bible while looking at the sun." I'm just like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Come on, something.
Did you not watch what happened in the rest of the goddamn episode, dude?
Something important to Kirk, But
maybe there was a reason why they were holding that Bible in the first place.
Yep. Here's a question for you guys, because look, I didn't have time to see everybody else's viewpoints on this season, but one thing I did notice that people were saying was that, this season felt too spread out with focusing on characters as opposed to other characters as opposed to like the main X-Men.
No. I know what you're saying, and it pisses me off because I'll tell you now, the moment Storm got that one moment with the sun, all I saw people on Twitter, they didn't give her nothing during the first season. They ain't gonna like there are 7 people on this team, and we introduced a team of 5 more people. Then we introduced the X Force after the X Factor, and then we introduced another team in this fucking show. Damn.
Yeah.
Storm got 5 seasons in the last show. Can someone else do something?
You're in competition with yourself.
I'm not a fan of X Factor's BS. Like, yeah, they're a government-sanctioned team. I've read government-sanctioned X Factor comics before. Like, that's not the problem. It's just I just didn't fuck with them in this show.
We talked about this before. Well, Witch Krypton and I, we talked about this in a previous episode. It's like I love the idea of X Factor. I think they're very necessary.
I like the investigative teams better. Like I like it when they're investigating.
Well, my problem was their mandate doesn't make sense. So like it's like we want to protect mutants and be the balance between them, but from the government angle. But also, we're gonna find random mutants that did nothing and lock them up in prison.
Yeah, and
there was one girl there, and I promise you she was gonna fail because she's ugly. That was it.
Oh, that one has too many eyeballs. That one looks like a shark. That one has no body and is just a brain.
This is a team that should easily be apprehending somebody like Sabretooth. Just saying.
That was kind of crazy. You do that episode, the next episode, Sabretooth just walking around with Wolverine. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
And it would be like one thing if they set up that like maybe human, because at this point I think humans are very, I mean they're slightly annoyed with the mutant community, but it's not like it was like last season with like the Genosha stuff, because now people feel bad for the mutants because it's just
much of the human. I mean, besides like the Great and Creed stuff. The funny thing about Great and Creed in the comics and in this show is like, yeah, you got the worst traits from your parents and you didn't get either of their powers, dude. That's sad.
I know,
that's sad.
We need to go along, okay? There's a timeline when he has a kid with X-23. It's a bad timeline, but I saw it.
Oh God. Oh God.
That was that last bullshit script that we read when they went to the future.
Any of the issues of the comic that was supposed to go with this season?
Nah, I read some.
I read the final issue where they recruited Siren, right?
Yeah.
And they recruited Siren to X Factor, which I mean, fair. She was on the investigative team, but whatever. But they wanted to try to recruit Wildchild and Richter, not me, Richter, different Richter. I need a preface. I would never join that X Factor team, anyways. But it's like, really, you want another feral mutant on your fucking team? I love Wildchild. He was on that. He was on a similar X Factor team. No. I said that with all the love in my heart. No, you do not want him and Wayne Sinclair on that same fucking team.
It won't be the first time they want somebody on a team that they're not supposed to be in. Like I saw points to
I think
Jubilee
the
and
other
Force,
problem I have as well, and I think because I'm thinking comparing this show to the old show, I think another thing the old show has is the benefit of not being so big in scale in most episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You saw like I'm thinking about one of the greatest. It still holds up today. There's an episode where Wolverine gets like cut off by like a kid in traffic, and he gets angry and nearly kills the kid. And he's like, "Wait, what the fuck am I doing?" And he like goes to Xavier, and he has this like come to Jesus moment where he's like, oh my god, I don't know what I am. I don't really feel like an ant. I don't really feel human. I don't even know if I'm an animal. At least animals feel bad for killing their own kind. Like, what the fuck am I? I gotta go. I can't. I can tell. It's like I'm overselling it, but like the way it's acted is so fucking genuine. Like I don't get that in this show. It's like I get a lot of dramatic moments, but they don't hit the same. They're not as human or down to earth as I think of like Wolverine dealing with his rage issues, or think something like that. That's just one of the examples. But yeah.
I kind of forgot that Wolverine could see over the front seat, and I was laughing about that shit. Like you see over the wheel. I keep forgetting like how big you have to be in cars. I don't know. That was killing me, bro. The idea that it's like you can't see him over the wheel, and somebody just cut in front of him. He can get pissed off.
Because he's a 5'3" manlet, dude. We know this.
But one of the things I dislike, like I know people get on power scale and stuff, but scaling does matter to a degree. You can't have Storm at the beginning of the season with one hand in 2 seconds using the power of the sun itself, and then getting bitch slapped and knocked out the next fight, like casually. But the only instance that actually got on my nerves, which was they had Exodus show up. Exodus is a mega level mutant.
Dude, the way that he went down was fucking stupid shit, dude.
A mega level mutant, a mega level telepath. And he looked us dead in the eyes in the audience and said, I'm not going to try to use my power at all. I'm about to use a sword and I'm about to die.
Listen, I might not be the biggest Exodus fan, but I know Exodus fans, dude. And listen, if I was a gay Catholic from the fucking 14th century or whatever the fuck, would I be doing this and not be using my powers? Potentially. But the way this episode went down was kind of weird. They didn't even let Colossus give his verdict until the end.
I know. They had
would Ileana hear Kurt out and not want to kill Graydon? Like, would Ileana do that? Would that be in her character? Maybe.
But the one that he knew probably, but once he returns, obviously not.
Yeah.
No.
That episode was so like.
The problem with an episode like that is
tell me why, like for some of the cameo characters, tell me why they have characters in this series that don't show up until way past the 90s.
Yeah, that pissed me off too. That was just annoying.
Here's the thing. When we saw all those kids that were locked up in the X Factor facility thing, I saw iBoy in there in his Krakoa era outfit. Dude, he didn't debut until 2012, and he didn't wear that outfit until 2020, dude. What is happening here?
We saw that guy who has to cover half his face up with a scarf and had a brief romance with Jubilee.
Hey, don't talk shit about Generation X. Chambers here.
He was around in the 90s, okay?
That's a Generation X boy. Chambers here. Right?
Chambers deserves to be here.
Okay, but Quinn Quire, he can't possibly.
No, Quinn Quire should not be here. Fuck him. He should not be here.
Yeah.
No, he should not be here.
They did that specifically to piss me off.
Here's the thing. I can give you some grace for characters that debuted in the early odds, but not 2012, dude. What is this?
They just looked at some X-Men comics and are like, okay, we will draw this character as a background character.
No, I bet they looked up iBoy and they saw his Krakoa era fit. Because keep in mind, if you look up iBoy on Google Images, that's the first one that shows up. But when he debuted, he was wearing a fucking suit with like shorts, like a suit jacket with shorts. Like, you could have put him in that outfit, and I would have been like, okay, whatever.
The worst part is, I'm pretty sure they're going to eventually get do Krakoa, only because they already have a comic based on if X-Men 92 did Krakoa.
Right. Wow.
Listen,
we'll see how that goes.
Dude.
Okay, well, they already did Asteroid M. They did Genosha, so I guess Krakoa is the only other.
No, because we still have Utopia. We got M Day.
that's true. Well, I don't think they're going to do end day.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would steer away from Krakoa because Krakoa. I
Look,
found
listen. If they gradually build up to Krakoa, I will be fine with it. But I think right now, as we're currently speaking, no, fuck.
we may get to it later, but like
You're
we may get to it
joking?
later. We may get to it later,
Yo,
but like
come on,
online sentiment about the X-Men before they even make it to a movie is already negative online. I do not do Krakoa. Do not do
You're
Listen, if
joking
I have to
because
give
look,
one more person
Jake,
claim
you're
that
saying that,
Krakoa was
but I guarantee you,
Israel like ethno state, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I want you to listen.
Krakoa-
Y'all are doing this, but I guarantee you that Krakoa is going to be on Battle World, and when we get Secret Wars, that's how they're going to do it. I promise you, Krakoa's going to be on Battle World, and they're going to lose that and end up in this world where everyone hates them and don't know anything about it. I'm saying that's how they're going to do it.
There's also going to be after if the rumors for Doomsday are true. People are going to hate the X-Men for the next 10 years. Like,
God.
You know what? Then I'm gonna blame Kevin Feige.
We have a Doomsday topic where we could talk about this. So let's stick with the.
Well, if you want, I guess. I think.
Let me ask like how you guys felt about the plot that revolved around Gambit and Rogue.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? 100%. It felt a little rushed.
Yeah. I don't think he should have woke up loving her again. I think they should have woken. I think that's a change that should happen over time.
Well,
Apocalypse of death. It's supposed to change your personality.
He was possessed by Apocalypse for a bit, so that could have deterred his
That is true.
But no, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, like you know anything about when Archangel was made or any other like well-known horseman, like you're not that person anymore. Like once you change. Yeah. So holding on to anything that hard he did, I get they want to be like, oh, what's super impressive? Despite all that, he still loved Rogue. But it's not.
It's just a little rushed, and I agree. I think we needed more time to get to where we were with that final episode.
And solving the problem both times by Rogue just touching him was very terrible.
Yeah. We already expected Gambit to be coming back as a Horseman of Death, but the whole idea of him being like the next Apocalypse, did you guys really see that coming?
Was holding on to Apocalypse's soul or whatever the fuck. I'm like, are you for real?
Yeah. What? Well, I mean that's something Apocalypse does. He did that with Archangel during.
I don't know. I just feel like it was a little too rushed.
But my problem was more like they did it at the expense of Apocalypse. Like we did all this to build up to him coming back in modern day. And you're like, oh well, Gambit killed him, and then like, oh, actually you took over Gambit's souls, and then like we know you're not going to kill Gambit twice. We know that.
Yeah, you only killed Magneto this season alone.
Yeah, you're not killing Gambit twice. Especially since the what if writers are very stubborn. They're not they're not reactory like any way possible. And in some cases that'll be good. But in their case, that also means they're doing something bad or they think something they won't change course, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In any possible way. So if you hate this season and you didn't like the build up, it's probably gonna be like this for the next season too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
At least
based on their previous show.
I think next season it might be a little better. I'm gonna stay hopeful for this. I think if we have another season, I think it's gonna be a little more hopeful because then the writers will actually be able to like write their own thing instead of just having to like change everything.
It's better for them to do their own thing as opposed to try rearranging something that was already existing.
I'm gonna stay hopeful if we get a hypothetical season 3. I know there are some people online that want X-Men Evolution to get revamped or something like that, but it's like I like X-Men Evolution.
No. Do not bring that show back, please. That show was good for what it was.
Also, it's very
trying to bring it back. You think it's going to be good? It's probably not going to be good.
It's 2000, so to bring it back now, it would be like with like modern day, like 2020.
It's either going to be very dated, or they're going to have to update it. You're going to be mad they changed it. It's like don't do this.
Right.
I mean, hell, no. There's only one reason why they rushed the whole plot line with Creed being the president for modern times. So
I think
stuff like that in the X-Men Evolution they bring it back.
There's also
if we do get a continuation of X-Men Evolution, I better see Alpha Flight. Okay.
Oh, I better see Emma Frost because she was supposed to be in there.
Listen, we need Emma Frost and we need Alpha Flight.
You want Alpha Flight to exchange students to show up?
Yes, or at least like 2 of them. At least North Star and Aurora, please.
Gotcha.
You just be rehashing the first season.
Foreign exchange students pull. know.
You just be rehashing the first season of X-Men '97 anyway, because Xavier's dead. I think Magneto's leading that team, or he was on the good guys, I think, or something like that. So you just be doing the
Yeah,
same
I'm
thing.
pretty sure Apocalypse after Apocalypse he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess stop
But
bringing back shows. Right? Look, just if y'all want an X-Men show, let's actually just make a brand new one again. So say what you want. Wolverine X-Men was good. The X-Men anime was good. X-Men Evolution was good. We haven't had a bad X-Men show.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I feel like you can bring back Wolverine and the X-Men. I think that's a good show to bring back.
No,
it's not
in the era. In the era we're moving on for Wolverine, we're not bringing back show his name in it. I promise.
It's not so dated that you can't that I can't trust a modern writer to do it. And it could probably use a little bit of tweaking for like a modern audience. I feel it's okay.
You know what? Let me write an X-Men show. I can do it.
Also, there was a future where Apocalypse won, but like humans and mutants lived together in coexistence. Like, well, what the fuck was that about? Like, what's going on over there? Apocalypse solved the mutant human problem. Like, what?
I'm sure he doesn't have telepaths helping them with that problem, Jake.
Perhaps.
People,
perhaps. But it might be the only timeline where the mutants actually get to live happy without killing all the humans. So.
I just do a brand new show, okay? Don't try to bring everything back with brand new right. Just if writers want to do X-Men, do a brand new thing. If you want my opinion, I'll say do something like Friendly Neighborhood, but not the animation style, please God no. But do something that's like an interesting reflection of like the modern time with X-Men in the sense of like say like Friendly Neighborhood is in an adjacent universe in the MCU, but it does its own thing with Spider-Man. I kind of want that for the X-Men here from the start. I think that'll be an interesting show.
My take is wait till the X-Men get a little moving in the MCU because I'm telling you,
of course, by the time this animation gets done, alone it'll be
like the temperature for the X-Men online, bro. You would have thought Jean killed. You would have thought Jean killed more people than the boy. Like, what?
Guys, we're going to get like an Avengers Assemble version of the X-Men at some point in the
future. We need Superhero Squad back. We need Superhero Squad.
Come on.
We need Coco.
I wouldn't mind it either. Back. Like I wouldn't mind another superhero comedic show either. And then we want to do that.
It's cheap.
Listen, sometimes I just want to have a good laugh. Sometimes I don't want to have to be thinking some serious stuff every 5 seconds.
Just don't make it your version of Teen Titans Go. Okay, we already got that with the Thundercats too. We don't need that. All right.
Thundercats, they killed that after a season for good reasons. So, yeah. Anyway, like, is there any other things from the season that we haven't touched on?
I liked Polaris in this season, though.
I don't like how Polaris and Jean have the same face.
Yeah, you kind of have to. You kind of have to, Jake. Oh, one thing I did like was I think this is what we mentioned like the first 3 episodes when we briefly talked about it was like, hey, each episode kind of had if it was like a team specific episode, they will give them their own intro. I thought that was cool. But,
I kind of dislike their instant changing of characters. Like Jake said, this show already don't line up to the original, like pretty much at all anymore. But you go by character wise. We brought up the Brood episode. That was like the most unacting Wolverine of all time. It was like a whole new Wolverine within the show for that episode. Where he was like, okay, working with Sabretooth, he would definitely not do that after everything that happened in the original show. The other two, he just did not give a fuck they died. They get this nigga metal. And he lied to, I give him lines to X-Force, but he lied to Morph. Despite trying to, all that shit in season 1. And the original show, like,
because he went to hell and back to get Morph back on the team, bro. Like in the original show.
Yeah.
Like, if you just told Morph from the start, we're going here because I think there's a problem, and I can get my animation back, Morph will not go fuck. Like,
Morph would have went regardless.
Yeah. Man, we talk about characters feeling out of place on teams, and I kind of liked how, like, even in that episode, everybody who's a Stone Cold Killer was like looking at Morph saying, why are they on the team? Like, come on, they kind of feel out of place, Like,
it kind of felt like Wolverine did this mission, and then Morph said, it did kind of feel like Wolverine was going to do this by himself, and then Morph just started walking out. He's like, oh, I'm coming with you. That's kind of what it felt like. But they don't say that.
I also know we want Morph to not sound as evil as he did when he was evil, but I miss his original voice. I'm gonna lie. As we watch the
Oh
episodes, I
wow.
miss that original voice he had. It's I don't know, I feel like his is too stereotypy now, but it's cool.
Okay.
And I look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't keep teasing this Morph Wolverine thing. If you want to do it, you need to go ahead and do it. Or just do it.
Mhm.
And you gotta
But
wait.
it's not,
I'm
it's
telling
not
you,
just Wolverine and
either
Commit or
way,
you don't commit
not just
to it.
Wolverine and Jean though.
I say,
I just
either
got.
way, you're going to get hate. Like the Wolverine
Mhm.
Gene fans are gonna be happy because that shit ain't happening. But I'm just saying,
I got.
either way,
I got.
if you're expecting hate or you're trying to push it off because of hate, you're going to get hate regardless. If you're going to do it, just do
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
and get it over with.
That's true. That's true. So, Ori, any final thoughts on this season before we move on, guys?
Not at the moment. It was just kind of.
Well, give
I
your
liked
number
it.
rating and then
I
we move
liked it.
on.
I didn't love it. Is that? I
Yeah.
think that's a fair assessment for myself.
If you had to give it a
Gotcha.
number, what would you say?
Probably like a
Between 1 and 10.
6.
I give it about a 5.
That's
I'll
fair.
give it a 6.8. So
A what?
He said a
6.8.
6.8. What
Oh, I
the
thought he
fuck?
said a 2. I thought he said a 2.8. I was like, what? Was it that
No,
bad?
no, 6.8.
Oh, okay. I was like, God damn.
Oh, we're adding
Okay.
decimals to this
No,
shit.
it still got some cool fights and stuff like that. The Nightcrawler
Yeah.
fighting the old X-Men stuff. It's cool.
Mhm.
I can't give it less than a 3 for action alone.
Yep. I will say, like, I'm giving a little extra points for the King situation. You know, like if things didn't play out the way they did in the MCU, I figured this would have been a
I-
really good tie-in with X-Men
But the-
97 to what's
I'm-
going on with King.
I was glad
in
you
the
brought that up
MCU.
because I was like, I guarantee you this would have been Candace's 616 part.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I won't lie. I have that gift. The Kane scene was my favorite scene, but I saw people mad, and I understand. If you don't know, the whole time period during this port is Kane's people versus Apocalypse people versus Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight is basically Kane's girlfriend. It's a female Moon Knight. I think it's
Oh.
Ravonna, the girl he likes throughout all the time, if I remember
The
correctly.
girl that
But
the girl that's
the reason
involved
Kane
with
leaves is because the
Gambit
Fantastic Four
people.
beats his ass before Apocalypse get there. So just having him run away like a bitch was kind of funny. And I
You know
know,
what?
but I know the Fantastic Four fans like, no, this was our moment. You could have had our cameo.
You
We
know,
could use the thing.
for season 3, I just want them to scale it back. You know, the more I think about 92, the more I think about like why that show works and I can still watch it. Because it's like, well, the mutant allegory is still there. They're not just the racism allegory, right? Like I brought up Wolverine with the road rage thing, but like even doing with Nightcrawler, like it wasn't just that people were racist about his skin. He also had a religious thing going on. You know, he was more than just the issue, you know. Rogue dealing with Rogue's touch thing, which that's kind of played out, so I guess we can't go back to it, but even that gave her something else besides being a mutant that made her more compelling as
But it
well.
still was able to tie into her mutant.
You just reminded me.
Right.
Yeah, you just reminded me.
Yeah.
They were going to do that Rogue story when she touched that mutant kid, that kid that in the hospital.
Oh, nah, bro, that would have got no.
The dude was talking about there. People don't know. There's an episode where Rogue goes to the hospital. The X-Men go to the hospital to see a kid who's sick.
It's a comic issue.
No,
not
that
a-
was in the
no,
comics.
Yeah.
That was in the comics.
No. It was in the comics. But yeah, but they wanted to do this in an episode.
no.
They were supposed to help with Rogue's depression part going on. When a kid with cancer touched her. I thought we talked about this before, Chris. You just don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
honestly, what happens to the kid. I don't need to go over that.
Right.
And he felt bad about it. They wanted to pile on the depression thing, so it pushes her. It gives more reason to why she's so like hyper accepting of the Gambit situation. The moment he first shows up, and I was like, that would have been the most terrible
Never
thing
do
to
that story. Never do that story because that story was the bro. And like I keep saying, modern audiences, despite Jean being emotionally justified to be where she is, people hate that bitch. All right, in a brand new day. Okay, despite I gotta let people hate Jean despite everything that happened to her leading to that moment. All right, people would have hated Rogue. Relax, okay? People hated Rogue for killing a cancer patient, bro.
Jake, people may hate her, but god dang, do I see a lot of Peter and Jean shipping going on.
Isn't Jean still a teenager? Am I crazy?
No. Jean was 16 in the flashback. She's 19 when they meet. So she's
okay.
3 years
I still don't ship them. They're not like that.
Jake, just to say this right, there better be some damn chemistry between her and Cyclops when we eventually see them together.
My problem is
I know Cyclops is not getting past Big Brother Spiderman. We'll talk about it.
My thing with like, and I know it's shipping culture, so it just is what it is. It's like, but people don't understand nuances in relationships online. That's like,
Mhm.
clearly they're not into each other that way. There's no romantic
Listen,
tension.
crack shipping exists for a reason.
Right.
Yep. Jake,
Trust
it's
me,
just that people were.
I've indulged in crack shipping before.
Yep. Jake, it's just that people were so desperate to see Peter hook up with a redhead. It might not have been the redhead we were all expecting, but it's the closest to it.
It's
you know?
really not,
let's
bro.
say,
I don't think
let's
people give a fuck
say,
about Mary Jane.
let's say Jean was into Peter, she would just be Wolverine in that relationship.
No.
No. But that's why it would be funny.
Yeah, justice for
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Gotcha. But anyway,
You
guys,
know,
I'm
I'm
so
thinking
sick
of
and
the Cyclops
tired
through, and what Emma Fox putting you through.
of the Jean Scott Logan thing, dude. I'm starting to get sick of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. But anyway,
Just-
before we
Just
get
commit.
to
That's
our
all I say
topic-
with the MCU. Just commit.
Gotcha, just commit. All right, then, audience, that's it for X-Men 97 Season 2 review. So we're moving on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, this is
yes.
Jake.
I moved this up because I realized I didn't think I was going to talk during the last topic, and I knew we were going to talk for like the next 4 topics. So that's why I moved it up. Anyway, so I just finished the intro arc for Persona 2 Innocent Sin. And the only sin Atlas has right now is not remastering this fucking game or remaking this game, okay? I talked about this before. We had a discussion about the Persona making a new TV series. And we were discussing which one is the most TV ready. Like, if you had to just adapt the game, put it on screen, which one is the most TV ready? And especially replaying it now, it's definitely this one. Okay. Now I'm not gonna review the whole game because I haven't finished it yet. I'm just going through the first arc because I just want to, and then maybe when I beat the game, I'll go over how I feel about it by the end. Persona 2 is basically obviously it's a sequel to Persona 1, obviously, but unlike other Persona games, characters from Persona 1 do carry over. At least 1 or 2 of them do. One actually joins the main party, interesting enough. The main plot is in this town, rumors become real. If people believe rumors enough, they become real. And it's almost kind of gives you like a Westview vibe from WandaVision, kind of vibe. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun in that way. Even the first arc is kind of horrifying. You start off as the main character, who's the brown-haired one, next to the girl with the hearts on her chest. His name is like Tatsuya. That's his canon name. You can name him whatever you want. Tatsuya starts off and he's being asked by his guidance counselor, like, hey, what do you plan to do once you graduate high school? And you have the choice to answer this. So I said, like, I'm going to college or whatever. And so I just kind of walk around doing the stuff the game's telling me to. One of the things, I'll get into it later, I actually really like about this game too, is how many optional dialogues in this game you could have like random NPCs that kind of inform the story and the lore of the world very heavy. For instance, if you go to the principal in the intro of the game, he has this really creepy dialogue with you. You talk to him, he's like, I just want you to know that dream of yours, that's never happening. In fact, you're gonna die before you get there. That's what he told me to tell you. You're like, he? Who? What the fuck? Yeah, it's like the opening. That's optional. You can miss that.
Now, principal is supposed to help you get ready for the future. You go and say something like that, dude? Like,
right.
Damn.
So there's also another component here. On top of the rumors coming real, there's this thing called the Joker game. Basically, people die. 3 to 4 people dial the same number, and they call Joker. And the rumor is Joker will appear and he will grant you one wish, and the wish has to be tied to your true ideal, essentially. Our main characters witness the Joker game, and Joker comes out and he's like, oh, okay, you have like 3 seconds, tell me what your dream is. The people who called him are a bit shocked that he even showed up, and they didn't answer in time, so they all get erased from existence, basically. And so now let me clarify what that means. Okay, they're physically there. Like our characters can see them. For some reason, our characters are allowed to see them. Everybody else cannot see them. Okay, they don't exist, and everybody who's not a main character just forgets they exist, basically. And the people those people who quote unquote died, all they remember is like they don't even remember what their dreams were. They're like, I remember I wanted to take care of my dad's shop, but I don't remember like why or why I even cared about this shit, basically. Yeah. Anyway, so Joker also, when he appears, he sees you. He's like, oh, we meet again. You're like, what? I don't know you, man. And so he beats the fuck out of you and your party. And he like stomps, he's like stomping you guys out. He's like choking your character. And he's like, I'm going to make you pay for what you fucking did. I overheard you wanted to go to college. That's the option I chose. I heard you want to go to college someday. I'm not letting that happen. I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I do to you?
Why you make the character so ruthless? That's
right.
ruthless, huh?
Joker's definition, like, what did I do to make that man so mad? And so, so Joker, so when you reveal that you don't know what he's talking about, he's like, what? You don't remember? Well, I can't kill you now. That doesn't mean anything. If you're actually suffering for what you did, if you don't know what you did, it's not really, I can't kill you yet. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna have some other shit to do. I'm gonna send my assassins after you, and they're gonna like torture you and all shit as they find you or whatever. And then when you get your memories back, then I'll kill you. So that's gonna be the goal right there. And then it gets really crazier, right? So you go back to school because you have to investigate this Joker thing. By the way, at this point, you've been given your personas. A guy named Philemon also seems to know about something you don't. He's like, oh, we see each other again. Okay, giving you a quick rundown because clearly you forgot. You have personas. The other half of they're like hidden parts of your life. The parts that you hide, they're your power now. They're revealed and they're your power. Use that and maybe you can fix this fucked up situation you're in. He gives like a very specific line of dialogue implying that you're fixing a path that you set that's going to get you killed, but you don't know what it is, basically. Okay? Then you go back to school, and I think this is the crazy part. This is the part where it's like it's full on feels like WandaVision, right? You go back to school, and then like the clock tower on the school starts setting off, right? Everybody's like, oh my god, what the fuck? The clock's working! The clock's working! Oh my god! Oh my god! Everybody's like panicking and freaking out. They're like, oh my god, it's the end of the world! Oh, we're all gonna die! And they're like, what the fuck is everybody panicking about? Because the clock hasn't worked in like 8 to 10 years, but now that it's actually working, and now it's set that all the people are saying that the world is gonna end. Now that somebody's like, time's resuming, everybody's gonna die, we're all gonna die here. And you're like, what? And so the mission right now is to basically uncurse. Oh, and also as this is happening, there's a rumor in the school that's cursed it, so that as long as there's these specific emblems in the school, people's faces are getting melted off, basically.
Wow.
So yeah, this is just the first time. So your first task is to basically try to undo the curse, and also figure out more about Joker, because Joker obviously knows something about you. You need to figure out more about Joker. Very fucking
what's going on here, audience. Shit. So.
Right. Very strong opening to this game. Now I will say,
what does Joker look like? What does Joker look like?
Yeah, I actually brought a picture here. So there you go. That's Joker. Not to be confused with Persona 5 Joker.
Yeah, no, you put on someone already thinks that it's over.
How do you feel about this design, Witch?
Oh, hold on, let me get to my phone. Sorry, I was doing something.
No, good. I
like his design. I like his design.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
Dude,
Seeing this, I kind of get your argument. People don't know. Persona leaves his art style at the beginning of the third game, I want to say, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And after looking back at Kingdom Hearts, seeing the old Kingdom Hearts art style, like I say, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Which, just to let you know, this person melts people's faces off.
No, the rumor melts people's face off. Joker has the power to make your dreams a reality. That's basically what he does. That's his.
Imagine the place in WandaVision, but if I told you, well, I heard that there's free food today, there's going to be free food there.
Right. And in fact, it's funny you said we're going to get to how extreme this gets later. So when you beat the first dungeon, after you beat all the stuff. Oh, another thing I like about the first dungeon in this game. This game, and I'm more than just this part in. I'm like I think 4 dungeons in. I think this game also helped me realize I like the school system in the later games, like the semester system, because in the later games it's like you spend a whole actual school semester. Is it 2 semesters or 1 semester? It's like 2 or 1 semesters in school. 2 semesters, yeah. 2 semesters in school. I like that. It's cool, but I gotta say, this is better for storytelling. I think.
Xavier has given his opinion. It's creepy. So
yes,
yeah,
it is
creepy.
So the Persona that everybody knows is actually from Persona 3 and 4, which both popularized Persona in the mainstream. Because at this point, Persona is just a spinoff of another game called Shin Megami Tensei, basically.
Yeah.
So Persona 3 is kind of Well, Persona 3 onward is like when Persona became its own thing. That surpassed Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
So our Persona 3 system, the way it works is like Persona 3 onwards, it's like you're in a school, you're a high school student, you're given your Persona powers for whatever reason the game provides. And then you have dungeons you have to complete. Now you have a month to complete each dungeon. If you complete it early, because usually there's like high stakes if you don't complete the dungeon in time. If you complete it early though, there's a lot of just kind of empty time of like just shit not happening. Characters be like, I guess we'll have to wait till the month is over, regardless of what happened, regardless of what you were there for, which is kind of annoying. But like,
to be fair, that time is meant to help level up your social and
yes,
stuff like that. You're
yes,
not just sitting there being like, well, skip days, skip days, skip days.
yes. There's a reason. Yeah, and we'll get into that change as well. The thing that Persona 2 has doesn't have that this game has. There's a lot of differences between this game. The thing about Persona is like it kills story pacing a lot of times, or at least when it's not handled well. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if I finish the dungeon early, I think Persona 5 does it better because those check-in cutscenes still let you know, like, even though we did this, we still might not have fixed it. But that eventually gets a little old as time goes on, you know? And I think also sometimes the story like Persona 4 especially, I think it drags out because it knows it has to fill out a certain amount of time. This game is just thing to thing to thing to thing. You finish this storyline, go to the next one. You finish that storyline, go to the next one. You know what I mean? And there's like optional stories lines as well, optional cutscenes as well that fill in more of the world. And it's written really well. It's written really coherently, and like I'm really enjoying the characters. I enjoy it more. And then also back to the first dungeon. Another thing I like too that's also you don't really get in the later games. So the first dungeon you are is in your high school. And so each classroom has its own mini story in it, basically, where your characters and like the classmates have their own mini things. Sometimes it's goofy, sometimes it's background information about like the world, like you get to learn through like character interactions. Sometimes your characters reveal things that like they wouldn't talk about normally, things like that. Each room is different, and then like some you get interesting lore that like you don't get if you don't get right away in the main story. For instance, one room I went into, and one of the characters is like, yeah, did you hear about that story 10 years ago about that serial arsonist? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, there was like an arsonist. He went around town, he started burning a bunch of buildings, and like, we don't know what really fucking happened to him. And like, one of the main characters looks at you and she's like, yeah, I do remember that story. I don't remember the details of it, but that does sound like familiar. Like, I remember that. Like, it's clearly keying in that's important to the storyline later. But that's completely optional to find out about, basically. Anyway, eventually get to the top of the school, and you fight your principal, who also made a deal with Joker to be the most loved principal in the world. Basically, that was like his ideal, his dream, or whatever. And then like Joker appears first, and Joker's like he's being a villain and all that, but like then you realize he's like crying, and then like Maya, who's like one of the characters,
bitch.
Maya realizes that like she's not convinced Joker is evil. She's convinced he's angry about something, basically. Like there's something that happened that was so traumatic to him that he's forced to do this for whatever reason. Now this is how insane the rumor system gets. After you beat the principal, you're at the top of a clock tower. And he's like, fuck you, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're on the 4th story of the school. He jumps out the clock tower, presumably to his death, right? Okay?
Love that.
No, you don't see it. Like, everybody's like, one of the characters like, oh, is he dead? Oh, I don't know. He probably lived. It doesn't matter. And like, some lady comes in, she's like, what? The clock tower broke. Where's the principal? Wait, did he jump out the window? Do you guys think he's alive? And the game gives you the option to say if he's dead or alive, which means the rumor system is so strong. If you convince people someone's dead, they're just dead. That's how crazy the rumor is, basically. I think that's pretty insane. But anyway, that was like the first dungeon of the game. I'm not going to get too much into the later parts, but I will say some other things. The mechanics in this game are also a lot different than before. You can kind of see some inspirations from like later games. For instance, SMT has demon negotiations. That's what it's most popularized by. And so in this game, you have the same too. This is kind of going to be a hit or miss gameplay wise. I think while story is excellent, gameplay wise, it depends on how much you're willing to buy into this. Okay. Gameplay wise, there's 2 types of ways to beat demons. You can either fight them to death or you can negotiate with them. Okay. Now, the reason you need to negotiate with them is because unlike in later games, you need to talk to demons enough times to be able to have them on your team as personas, basically. So you will be grinding the same conversation over and over again, collecting cards, and in the Velvet Room, you can redeem these cards for more personas. But if you do this, you don't get experience. Okay? So you are grinding 2 times in the same game, basically. Grinding for 2 different things. I've kind of got a balance on it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of annoying. And to be fair, I have not unlocked a single persona, and I'm like 5 dungeons in. Basically, that's how much as many
Yeah.
cards I fucking need. I see why the system is taken out. But a fun aspect of this is when you actually get into contact with demons, you can do tag team negotiations. You can actually, depending on the relationship 2 characters have with each other, you can have these characters actually negotiate with each other, have fun cutscenes, play along, maybe tell a joke, or fight each other in front of a demon, or try to play a game of who's the coolest, things like that. And they're fun and entertaining to watch. And as the game progresses and characters develop more relationships, or you develop relationships with the characters, you get different types of combo negotiations as well. You also have a thing that was dropped from this game. That was dropped in later games. You can also fuse your magic together. So basically, if you have magic that's synergized with each other, like an earth, water, and fire, you can combine them together to make a fucking tribunal of power, like a tribunal beam that like kills the demon outright. Things like that. There's a million combinations. Different spells trigger different ones. You have to discover them for the most part. Some the game will give to you, basically as you unlock them. I think for the best. I think the later games combat is better for the bet is more snappier to the point. It's not hard. It's just that when combined with the fact that I need to grind to even get a persona, it's a little tedious if I want to optimize my team, basically.
Yeah.
But it's all cool. But yeah, this game has so many great themes. I even love this cast of characters. I think this is one of my favorite persona cast. It's clear that you guys know each other when all these characters get together. Well, except for the guy at the end. I don't know who that is yet. But when all the original 5 characters get together, it's clear they know each other, but they don't remember. They just feel nostalgic when they're near each other. But they clearly have good personalities. Like you have Lisa and Akechi. These 2 have like kind of like a brother-sister vibe. They roughhouse a lot. They make fun of each other. They call each other names, that kind of thing. You have Lisa and Tatsuya. Lisa is like head over heels with Tatsuya, but also she's her own character. She's like a tough girl. She has her. Also, the funniest thing about her too. This is like the funniest joke I think of the game. So Lisa is American. Okay, her family's from America.
Okay.
They came to Japan. Lisa knows to speak English, Japanese, and another language, but the game says that she speaks them at the same time. So you have a catch. She's like, "What the fuck is she saying?" Like you can see in the dialogue, she's speaking like Japanese, but she'll say like random words from other languages because she's like, make up your mind. What nationality are you? That kind of thing.
Jumble, what I'm hearing. Jumble.
She also her dad from an optional cutscene. You find out that her dad really wants her to be like her dad's a weeaboo. Okay, like he wants her daughter to be like a poised, polite, respectable Japanese woman, but she's more like no, dad, girls go to the club here in Japan, they party with the boys, all that shit, that type of thing. You also have Maya. I really like her character too. Because a lot like the rest of these characters, they avoid being too tropey. Maya is very upbeat. She's a journalist, but she's also kind of like the leader of the team. Like your character isn't the leader for a change. It's just Maya. She's the one that rallies the spirits, rallies the morale. There's like a fun section where you're in a maze that kind of loops over and over again, and you can see how even though she's being positive, there's a point where she's like smiling through her anger. Like everybody's like, Maya, it's okay. You just let it out, man. We're all exhausted here, and so like all these characters I really enjoy more than like later cast. I see these characters being friends within the context of this adventure, but when they grow up, of course they'll separate as they clearly did before. But yeah, like I said, Persona 2 is a really good story so far. It's my favorite Persona story, I think. Hopefully it sticks to landing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. If you want to play it, you might have to emulate it. There is a website called, well, I guess I can't say it. There is a website out there that lets you play it online. So you can just save the file to your computer, but you can play it online yourself. Basically, so you can always pick it up. So you don't have to like download anything. You just play it online, and then you can load up your save slot and just keep playing as it were. That's what I'm doing right now, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, Persona 2, I highly recommend this game. Like I said, based off the arcs I'm seeing, this is highly TV ready. You can basically plug in each arc, and that's like an episode right there. So yeah, go ahead. That's all I think.
Not for those who
Wait.
are sensitive to creep stuff. So
No.
yeah. Awesome.
My bad. Yeah, before we move on, then Jay's done. I will say I just beat the Doctor Doom store mode in Tokon. Crip did. He steals the champion's power, and not only does he, bro, he lets Carnage kill the heroes, bro.
Oh
Cap's dead.
wow.
Spider-Man's dead.
Oh,
All right.
oh wow.
He gave
Wow.
all of them their endings, but the caveat is that he's literally the control of the universe. So you see Norman's the president, like Lex, but he has a pumpkin bomb, but you look over his shoulder, there's a Doom bot.
Uh-huh.
He made a mutant nation for Magneto, but there's Doom Sentinels monitoring them.
Wow.
And then he sat down, he got a brand new outfit, and now he's taking the champion's place.
Wow. I wonder if we could create a reality where he got his college degree audience. Wow. Wow. That's a reality.
When he became a dictator of a nation, man.
You wrote your own degree. Okay, that's going to
you can't say it's fake. You literally can't.
Changing the rules to make it reality. Okay, I see. But anyway, with that, you guys ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to the next topic. So, yeah, audience, the X-Men castings have been announced, and we'll go over them one by one. Oh, yeah, some of them, definitely. We'll go over them one by one. So I got pictures for each one of them. So right here we have Indy Navarrete casted as Rogue.
She was an Obsession.
Well, didn't see that movie, but just based on
this is why you're bad at your job.
I have a busy life, all right. But now, like, just based on seeing her already, what I've seen for her right now, I'm like, yeah, she kind of looks like Rogue a bit, you know. I can see that going.
You're the only person think that.
I know people were speculating that she was going to be casted as Mystique, but yeah.
They weren't speculating. She asked to be Mystique.
To play Mystique.
Yeah, she asked to be Mystique, like publicly.
Mm-hmm.
People wanted Hunter Schafer to be Mystique.
Okay.
Yeah, so she went in to talk about Mystique, and she came out with this role.
Huh. All right.
So it's kind of like the Loki Thor situation.
Yep. True. Or, you know, Sebastian Stan Bucky situation. Remember, audience, Sebastian Stan originally auditioned to play Captain America, but they gave him Bucky instead.
Y'all like that little fun fact he just had to throw in on top of mine? I hope y'all feel that.
Yeah. So what's the negativity around that people feel?
It was more just about her. You know, there's always gonna be superficial fans at the gate. If you love a character and you see the casting, you don't think casting match specific stuff, you're gonna feel the way. This is how it is. So people know she's like 5 foot even.
Okay.
So Rogue is tall as fuck.
Yeah, but they casted
the Wolverine situation again.
Jackman to be Wolverine, and he was 6 foot.
Yeah, and people weren't happy about that when it first came out. That doesn't change anything. It ended up working out but like the people weren't happy about it when it first happened. It's one of those way to see. Like she's really short.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like the muscle thing, she can just literally work out a little bit. It doesn't matter. That's not a real argument. And people are like, she don't look like a character. I'm like, he hasn't got a costume on. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you just dye part of her hair white and you put her in the green and yellow suit with the brown jacket. I'm like, that. Yeah,
I personally think you need to do the Evolution Rogue out the gate first.
The golf one?
Yeah.
That's one version I've seen people bring up. If you want to go for that,
if you want to do the shorter, skinnier type, I do think that fits more than, until she gets the power of Captain Marvel, I do think that's a better fit out the gate.
Do you think
visually?
Do you think they're actually going to go that route, giving her Captain Marvel's power?
Yeah. If they don't want Captain Marvel in the movies, that's the easy way to write her out and still have the powers around.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to be anything more than a cameo.
Also, this is the only universe where you can do that in cinema. So yeah.
Jake, I want you to know I'm playing Spider-Man's Tokon storyboard. I just know they show Boomerang. So this is Boomerang's third appearance this year, people.
The year
he's in a movie, he showed back up in the comics, and he's in Marvel Tokon before your favorite character.
He may go missing, but he'll always come back.
It's the boomer era audience, But anyway, going back to the road cast, I mean, like, I hope she builds up on the Southern
Wait,
accent.
Cribbit, it's the whole superior foes of Spider-Man. All 5 of them here whipped up. This is the greatest day of my life.
Well,
I mean,
somewhere out there,
wait, you have stocks in Alpha Watch. This is my Alpha Watch. This is who I have stock in.
Alpha Watch.
Alpha Flight, my bad. I'm reading his dialogue at the same time. He's talking about the Spider Watch.
How fucking dare you use the wrong name?
I'm reading the dialogue too. The Superior Foes Spider-Man made their first appearance in Marvel Tokon. Suck it.
Somewhere out there, Nick Spencer's cranking out the bottle of champagne, audience.
I'm about to Twitter text this man right now.
Gotcha. But anyway, Brogue, I mean, visually, she looks like the character, and hopefully she works on the Southern
for
accent.
all of his castings, I'm not mad at.
Why the fuck is Squirrel Girl here?
I don't know why Squirrel Girl's here. You tell me.
He get dipped or not in the alleyway. My bad.
She's okay. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. You guys have any final thoughts on Rogue before we move on to the other casting?
No.
Okay, so with that, let's move on to the next casting. We have Adam Driver himself as Mr. Sinister.
Krypton, interesting picture you chose.
He liked the eye candy witch.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
come
I
on.
am
I didn't
just
say
grateful
anything
that Adam Driver's
one.
not playing Magneto.
Yeah, gotcha.
He was always my pick for Sinister because I saw him in Marriage Story, stuff like that. So I do think he can have that early Sinister vernacular, like how he talks. And Mr. Sinister isn't really a physical threat, so he didn't need to be like, work out, be big or anything.
Yep.
So I do think this is a good pick, acting wise.
Just seeing that goatee and that stuff, and seeing him with like a mullet-like haircut, it could work for Sinister's character. Very creepy, very menacing. This is a character you will want to hate, audience. Whether people want to think of something else with his design of Sinister, we'll see how that goes. I don't think he's going to be shirtless.
It's funny because I think you can really just keep the mustache and the beard and the hair, just make him white. And it's because we've seen Mr. Sinister with that hairstyle. So he has all different clones with different hairstyles and looks anyway.
Well,
the real question is, will they commit to the outfit?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I need all the dumb extra shit he got on his fit for no reason.
I mean, also, like you saw, like some of the other X-Men characters had comic accurate design, so I assume they would.
They got semi-accurates.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, let's put it like this, people. He's gonna have to come out with a Cyclops looking accurate suit, or he come out looking with a Mystique outfit. So,
gotcha. Here's a question for you guys: are you all ready to see shirtless Sinister in the movies?
You're probably seeing it anyway. I'm not gonna lie to you. I guarantee you, he's gonna get my Cyclops' beam, and his shirt's gonna fly off.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we've all seen. They tried justifying him getting shirtless scenes in other roles. Audience, like I'm looking at you, Kylo Ren. Whatever reason, he comes out from the corner of the room and I'm shirtless. Why?
Hey, he was trying to rip up that girl, and he did that successfully.
I know. But yeah, as far as casting goes, again, if you can see this character in the spot of, if you can see this actor visually in the spot of the character they're playing, yeah, I think you've done good, So, yeah.
I really do hope he tries not to sound like Kylo Ren. I think that will be distracting.
Sound evil, man. I want.
Yeah, like when you do your evil speech, I need you to turn it up. I can't doing the Kylo Ren voice, please.
When you're doing Sinister, Adam, I want you to play the role with making people hate you. Come on, that's what you need for somebody named Sinister. So yeah. But okay. Personally, I would have gone for Mojo as the first villain for an X-Men movie, but hey, Sinister ain't.
I think I would have went with Mojo too. I think Jake had a good idea where he was like, have Mojo and Arcade team up.
Yeah. Jack Black as Mojo, audience. That should have been easy sell.
You can't do two different movies with them, man. It would just be redundant. So just have them both in the same.
Yeah. Gotcha. But anyway, all right, then let's move on to the next casting. We have
Maya Bold.
Boyd as Storm. I'm like,
People don't know she's a Broadway actor, so she doesn't have any movie specific credentials. So there's nothing really to judge her on acting wise at a high
Unless you've
level.
seen her on Broadway.
Yeah.
but visually, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. I can see Storm here. You know,
People are
So-
disappointed that the new
As
Black
long
Panther
as
they
they don't
chose.
give her that fuck ass mohawk, I'll be fine.
gotcha.
People are kind of disappointed. They like her as a Storm. It's not against her, but if Marvel does do the Black Panther and her thing with Black Panther's son, who we saw in A stuff, they're like, damn, they had to get a guy showing her gonna be like the Tom Holland Zendaya thing again.
Oh yeah. Well, well, I don't know her exact measurements. How tall is she compared?
She just 1
Yeah.
inch taller than him, like 1 or 2 inches. It's not a big difference. It's not the Tom
Yeah.
difference. Tom's there.
Yeah. And you know when it's likely that when she dresses up as Storm, she's going to be wearing heels too. So yeah, she's
Yeah.
going to be looking that much taller. But yeah, again, like she seems excited for the role, and yeah, just by side comparison between her and Storm, yeah, I can see her with the white hair, you know.
I was
and
kind of
the
disappointed to see
white
people
eyes.
complaining. Because I remember the biggest complaint people had with Marvel was that they kept casting too many big actors. And then the moment they stopped
Yeah.
doing it, you automatically be like, well, this isn't who I wanted. Because you wanted a big
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah, you guys did that.
I remember
Yeah,
when
you need-
Benedict Cumberbatch got cast. Like, wait, but I saw him in a big movie. You can't hire him.
you need,
Hey, you can't do
you
that.
need-
He's Sherlock.
All right.
yeah,
He was in
you
Star
need
Trek,
these.
even though he played a
Yep.
whitewashed version of an
Yeah.
Indian man. But we don't do
Right.
that.
Okay. Yeah, you need these like lower level actors because you need them to commit for these roles for the next couple of years, audience, as opposed to like big namers. You
Yeah.
know.
I don't think people realize they have the whole X-Men cast on like rookie deals. Like
Yep.
every one of them except for Adam Driver.
Yep. They're all young, and they're all
Yeah.
young too.
They're either
you know?
young
So-
or they're making, or they haven't had enough big movies to justify like the 20 million, money.
Exactly. You know. So they're thinking long term with these castings, audience. You know. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's move on. You guys have any final thoughts before we move on to the last casting?
No, I have not
No.
been mad at any of these castings so far.
Okay, well, I might have a little bit of a nitpick with the next one. So, what's his?
When they say he was,
I'm not
when they
mad
say
at
he was
this
Professor X,
because
Uh,
here's the thing: in the original
when did this
60s
happen?
comics, Charles is
Christopher
not supposed
Abbott?
to be an old ass man. He's supposed to be like
Yeah,
only a few
he's
years
supposed to be
older
young.
than the
Yeah.
kids.
that's why it's
Okay.
less creepy when you see the flashback. I'm like, oh, I think I like Jean, and she like, like Jean's reading his mind.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he was
because
supposed to
he's
be
not
like
that
in
older
his
than her. Yeah.
20s.
Okay. Yeah. So this is gonna be like a bit of a
No. When was this said? Was this said at the thing?
Christopher Abbott. Yeah, he will portray Professor X.
He's asking was this revealed?
It was revealed alongside this article with all the other castings.
Yeah,
Me and Jake and Tony reacted live to this. We did not see this at all.
that's weird because I saw this.
Literally,
But both of them saying for sure. But I didn't realize they casted him. I thought him and Magneto were going to be saved for Secret Wars. But it is what it is.
I saw it the day
That's
after,
what
but
I'm saying.
I don't care about
That's
casting
what-
until I see the Mac.
That's what they're saying on the wrap. Let's see, let's see, Dan Driver, Christopher. Oh yeah, Christopher Abbott will portray Professor X in May 2028
He looks like Shia Buff.
I know.
It kind of looks
Yeah, I
like
guess-
the love child of Elliot Page and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
vision?
he feels. That's true. I guess just people are so used to the Patrick Stewart version of Charles Xavier as well as from the X-Men the animated series that when you cast like someone who looks young and good looking like this, it's going to kind of feel a little offsetting. For
I wouldn't
them
even
to
say it's
play-
that. I like him being young. I feel you can get past. It's more like, are you not doing the school then? 'Cause I'm not buying this dude owns a. I'm not buying the school thing with this dude so far.
Exactly. Look, it makes more sense where like what was it James McAvoy when they did First Class, right? When they
Yeah,
casted
he turned his
somebody
house
young.
into the school.
Yep, you casted somebody that was young and good looking to play a younger Charles Xavier, and that built up to having the Xavier school. This guy right here, I'm just not envisioning him as like the headmaster of institution like Xavier's. But we'll see. We'll see what his betrayal will be. Wouldn't be my first choice to cast somebody
The question
young.
is, will he be walking?
Good question. Good
Because
question.
you can get away with a walking Xavier and then do like the shadow, what the dude name? Shadow. Wait, so what's the bad guy from Ultimate X-Men? Shadow Man? Is that what it is?
Shadow King. Shadow King.
The Shadow King. Yeah, people don't know. Shadow King is the person who crippled him in the comics. So like
Oh,
you can still build up to that. The reason Xavier is so weak, I don't want to say weak now, why he don't have telepathy is because Shadow Man crippled him like mentally.
That's why.
So that's why he didn't have like telekinesis and stuff like that, despite being a quote unquote Omega level mutant.
Damn, I didn't know.
But
I didn't know that extent to his powers, man, being crippled like that. But wow.
Yeah, that's why
All
people was weirded out when they're like, they let Magneto do it with the bullet. I was like, bro, y'all can stop. That was immune powers. I'm like, somebody can do this. But that's why it couldn't be undone. No psychic was strong enough to undo that at the time. And the only person who could was Jean, but you won't want Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force in your head.
Definitely not.
So like that, I think you can do the walking one and then have him be crippled in the movie versus Shadow King in like the second film. So if you want to, I think that'll be an interesting way to progress this character from the young man to the old man we end up knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I rather say, like I said, it seems like we're not starting off with Magneto as the villain. Thank God.
Yeah. Too on the nose. Give other villains a try, that haven't made their big screen debuts yet. So, yeah, let's see what happens. This is the only character that has a more of an uphill. This is the only actor that has more of an uphill battle for me to say, okay, when I look at this person, I see Xavier. I see the character they're playing. Compared to the other three.
I do say though, I do hope they do his eyebrows like this.
You might have to see him bald. Maybe that'll change.
Yeah, true.
I want them to do his eyebrows like this. Please give him the Charlemagne the God eyebrows. That should be
Give
so
him the
funny.
fucking eyebrows, or else we don't want it.
I don't care if he's in a wheelchair or not, but you do eyebrows. That'll be a very funny visual.
Yeah, true.
Give me eyebrows or give me nothing.
True. But yeah, I mean that's the cast we got for the X-Men. I say for the most part, I think all of us are okay with them. They're not the worst.
Listen, I've seen worse castings.
It's true. So anyway, you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
He reminds me of the Xavier from there used to be an X-Men fighting game that was it like in the Capcom series, and you could use Xavier to fight, but he's in a wheelchair. That's what this dude looks like to me.
Okay.
And if they really just roll up in the wheelchair, start punching you, then start cycling attacking you, it was so funny as a game.
That's true. But anyway, guys, I think with that, we should probably move on to the next topic. So,
I saw
Doomsday
the trailer that you guys are talking about.
I'm proud of you.
I think I saw the trailer.
Now my heart hurts.
No, it's because I saw a trailer for Doomsday, and at the end of it, it was basically Reed being like, "Did you do this?
Yeah, that's the one. It's
that was the one.
Yeah.
Then I saw it.
Susan's beginning by telling how good of a man Victor was, this and that, and she's crying.
Yeah. Then I saw the right one. Yeah.
This is the one that I saw leaked already before it came out. They did change a little bit of it, but this is why I'm telling you, Cryptid. I thought this should have been the first trailer because it answered a lot of questions people have in this movie. They're like, "How are you gonna do this? He has no connection to Reed. The Fantastic Four doesn't know him. All this extra shit." And this, every major question you have, everyone's told here. What's Doom's Doom? What do you want? You all have been living stolen lives. And when he says that, they showed that all the kids. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
You all should undoing. So whatever happened when they undid Thanos, with that second snap, I think had effects not just on our universe, but on other universes. Which is why it took so much power out of them. Because in the comic, don't do users told to not do all that to you.
Well, Steve only has a kid because he went back in time.
Exactly, fucking with time. All of them fuck with time.
Thor fucked with. I don't understand because Thor only has a kid because that's somebody else's kid. I guess I revived it.
No.
Yeah, he revived it, but that wasn't.
Yeah. Well, he used a wish from a god. Okay, that's a problem.
Right, but that's in house. That's in house. That's not.
The point is, you all did something, and you to save people that should not be alive.
All right,
Mhm.
I feel like you get on my ass for
The
shit. but
only
you're being
one I
a bit
didn't agree with, I saw fans keep bringing up, oh, but Tony had a daughter, and he didn't want to risk her. Like that, I promise you, Tony having a kid did not matter to this whole situation.
That's his kid.
Wow.
That was a kid.
No, because remember, because he didn't get snapped or anything. He just kept living his regular life.
Right,
Nothing changed.
that's his daughter.
All
He
the
has
other
it,
ones are direct result of them saving the timeline and all of this stuff. But but Tony just had a child. There's nothing wrong with that part.
Yeah.
So whatever they did to undo the snap and everything that happened after that led to something happening across the multiverse that fucked over Doom.
No, Doom probably doesn't
God.
like Reed's child because he can control the universe.
I think they can't take his power. I'm sure.
I was like, you just shouldn't have. I mean, your child is fine. The powers aren't. I gotta get through that action. That's crazy.
That's actually the bill I really want to see. I just like the idea that Doom was waiting for Reed's plan to fail to do something to Galactus. Like he just sitting there looking.
No, he's like around. I like that he's
Yeah.
around the corner the whole time, and when they win, he just like slowly walks back. He's just like, fuck. Oh yeah. There goes my entrance.
Man, speaking of Galactus-sized people, like this is our first full glimpse of the Sentinels we're actually going to be having in this movie.
There's a part of me that's kind of glad that they aren't the Days of Future Past Sentinels. Remember those? The really scary ones that adapted.
I think those will be too powerful. Really.
They couldn't do that. They couldn't do that because Mystique's alive. The only reason they exist because they used Mystique DNA. Remember?
Yeah.
Which
But,
that would be powerful, we know.
They would have been too powerful. But they had to use all of Mystique's DNA to use to make those robots.
Mm-hmm. An army of super adaptoids, basically. But I mean, I like that we're getting like
I'm half and half on them. They look good design wise, but you can tell they not want to go full comic accurate because they're like, oh, we gotta say this for the actual X-Men when we finally do that.
To be fair, like it looks like Doom is resurrecting these scrap version of Sentinels. So yeah, they're not going to have the bright colors as they normally would have, you know. So yeah, I think that's a design choice. Doom is sounding menacing. It's creepy. It gets you more.
I like all the close up on his eyes. They're doing a lot of facial acting. This is why I hated when the Cyclops actor said that. He was like, "Oh, with the glass on, I can't do facial acting." or something. I was like, we're seeing multiple cases now where people with glasses can facial act, and now we have a case of doing a full mask, and you can see the sadness in the eyes. You can see everything he's portraying when you look at him.
I like the idea.
Boston, you can see Doom's eyes. That's the situation with the Cyclops.
If you just listen to what I said we have seen cases where people had their eyes covered, and you still see them act, and now we have the opposite. When you only have their eyes, you still see the act.
You know when so Spider-Man actually undid his life to fix her. I think I did like Doom goes down the line. He's like, "Fuck you, fuck you." Yeah, you all right? Damn me up. I like you.
I'll argue like it was Spider-Man. He had a full mask on the whole time. You could tell what he was doing, how he was feeling anytime something happened in Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I don't know why people are so worried about Doom when in Brand New Day, Spider-Man had his mask on for like 90% of that movie. It was fine.
Because to be fair, that was just a consequence of people complaining about Spider-Man's mask. The thing with Doom is that Tony, that you're spending a lot of money on this actor.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I expect
people feel like you're gonna you have to unmask him.
No, he will be unmasked, but I feel like 90% of the movie, if not 99% of the movie, is gonna happen on. That's why.
At best, he's gonna get unmasked right at the end of the movie, and then like he wins, and then it's not gonna matter because he's gonna have a new outfit next.
And I still feel like the plot twist is that's not supposed to be what Victor looks like. I think that's who's gonna look at that guy?
No. I think that's what he looks like. I think they're doing the Doctor Strange thing. I think he's not. I don't think he's actually here, and I don't think that's a Doom, but I think he's doing the walking in someone else's body situation.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow.
Because you saw how good his magic stuff is here. If he's already strong doing that, what he did to Thor, he could definitely probably sustain that shit better than what Wanda was doing at the time when she was losing her mind while doing so.
You can't say that's not from the comics audience because apparently in the What If story that did happen where Doom did take over the body of Tony. So,
It's like it'll be very easy. Oh, I need someone there. There's a guy who looks like me in a way. The guy looks like me. He's dead, so no one's using his body. Rise it up, put an armor on it. There you go.
Oh, this body already has...
Just make an illusion so he looks fine.
Yeah.
Well,
the
I guess you'd also have to
the
deal with
fight
like the
already
death
was
spirit. You'd have to deal with the death spirits, but I guess Strange
No,
might have
bro.
figured a way around it.
They're fighting Thor. I think they're okay with the death spirit.
Yeah.
this body was already accustomed to dealing with Infinity Stones. Okay, there you go. So it's already been
Yeah,
touched
like I said,
before.
I think with them 1% paying this dude 20 what it was 50 million for each film or 20 million
Yeah,
for each film. I don't think
something
they're
like that.
wasting that gonna be by revealing it in. He's not actually Doom. At least at the end of this one.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hefty penny, audience. Going hefty penny.
And yet they
So
couldn't cast a Romani actor to play Doctor Doom. Okay.
They had Robert Downey. They needed Robert Downey Jr. to save an
Did they
Avengers
need him?
team. Apparently, they did.
At the
yeah,
time for the buzz, I would argue yes. I mean, like it's just at the time.
If it got announced after Spiderman, I think they would have been able to cast whoever they wanted.
Yeah.
But I understand when they feel like they're at their lowest point and they got to make a big hype announcement, or at least one that's controversial enough that people keep talking about it. And I think they succeeded in that, for better or worse.
That's a good way to use controversy to sell your film.
And also, like Robert Downey is putting in the work. He is doing the accent, this and that. He doesn't sound like Tony
Put
Stark
on an
in
accent
this,
all you want, but it doesn't change the fact
Mm-hmm.
that a white actor is playing a Romani character, and it's the same problem I have with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Anything else in this trailer you guys noticed?
No.
We did see Johnny holding Franklin in here.
Okay.
So we know for the very least they do get him. They did confirm they get him back. So he might not have his power, but they definitely get him back.
Yeah. Okay. Could be a flashback. One thing I noticed that I don't think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go. No, I just want to touch on the detail. So I'll say it. Go ahead.
I wish they showed the Valerian witch thing. They kept hyping up at the event. We saw the costumes, and I was like, "Oh, well, Doom's gonna have like 4 people with him." Apparently they're doing the quote unquote God storyline. People don't know. When time runs out, Doom decides to tackle all this by making a religion with like some fake name.
Yeah.
And according to Kevin Feige, they are kind of taking a little bit from that. So I was like, you should at least show one of them. I know you don't want to show them do anything because you don't want to give it away who they are if they do something.
One is probably Doctor Strange and Clea.
I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange is the female Loki, Wanda, and Clea.
Yeah.
Right.
You think Sylvie's on the team?
If he goes and gets Loki's power, he can just make her do it.
I'm about to say, because I don't think Sylvie would be on board.
She did it on her own to will, like Doctor Strange probably did. Because people don't know, people are actually mad if that Doctor Strange. I was like, it makes perfect sense for Doctor Strange to do this. His whole story arc has been letting go of control and trying to let someone else figure out a different way. That was the 2 main lessons he learned. So if Doom can explain to him, hey, I think doing this and I can actually just save everybody in the end, I feel like Strange would give it a chance.
Also, he saw multiple versions of himself that take control and then like they make things worse.
Yeah.
So like he's like, okay, well, I'm clearly not the guy for that. So
if him and Clea both, I feel like him and Clea like can be convinced to join. Sylvie will probably be forced, and Wanda will probably just be damaged because how she went out. So he probably just found her and he used her.
I don't know. Why do you, we have this whole quote unquote debate. It wasn't really a debate, but about like, are the Avengers good enough to handle Doom? But if you're adding those 4 to his squad, no, bro, no.
Oh, look, bro, look. We're gonna have to hard carry, okay?
That's the problem. He can't.
No, he can't hard carry and do him himself. I feel like he can fight Doctor Strange for like 5 minutes.
You're going to need every character to come in at their best if they stand a chance against what Doom's packing, you know?
Not everyone knows the mathematical equation to keep Strange in his own dimension for like hours, okay?
Jay, don't forget, we always have one plan in our back pocket. We still have Ant-Man. I'm sure Doom has some crack in his armor that he can get in to go up his ass. I'm just saying.
Just because people were making that thing about saying Ant-Man could go inside Thanos' butt and go and kill him through there.
We don't have Ant-Man because if Doctor Strange is working with Doom, he's probably giving him a detail. Okay, well, we go there, we have to fight people. This is what we're gonna have to go against. And Ant-Man will be some of the people he knows. So
So you really are just banking on new Avengers who no one knows who the fuck they are.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, what they even okay? So
We
like you
have
talk
Ghost,
about Wakanda.
technically. If
Wakanda
he
has
was a girl
vibranium and this
herself.
person called the Black Panther. They fight like this. They have that. You know, I mean, it's like damn, bro. It'll be.
So what you're saying is the only person that can save us is Ghost. If Ghost can sneak in and just put her hand in their chest, we'll win.
Right.
No, Ghost is very easily subdued, as we saw in Thunderbolts, man.
Our
Just give
aces-
some
Yeah, but if
there you
you're fighting 17 people, I feel like Ghost can sneak in, and just put her arm in your chest, and win the fight. Okay?
Our ace in the hole is Ghost, Namor, and Sentry. Those are our 3 aces right now. They're the only 3 we have that actually just know. So.
Yeah. All of which, for whatever reason, do not want to fix John Walker's shield.
Yes, and Spiderman, but only because he recently got an upgrade, so that motherfucker fights different. So that's the only. But he's not in this movie. So
to be fair to Jake's point, we already saw that if you take Spider-Man out of his body, his Spider-Man will still defend his body, and then we saw that even before that somehow he was immune to telepathy. So with his power up, magic might not have the desired effect on him like it would have. Yeah. We don't know yet. It's clearly spectacle, but I'm just saying his body was already doing weird shit for some reason. They didn't want to explain.
It's almost like the MCU's treating Spider-Man like their golden boy.
No, it makes sense. No. It's because the reason his spider sense is reactive, so it's like an instinct. And like Peter, the only reason Peter will get hit is because he sometimes might fight against that instinct. That's how you would justify it. So it's like, or even like the telepathy thing, like when Jean is in his mind, his spider sense is telling him, "Hey," it's like constantly ringing. It's like you're in danger. You're in danger. So Peter's constantly waking up. That's why he can resist it.
That's a girl in your mind, and not the
yeah. That's like that makes perfect sense. Spider sense. So yeah.
There's a redhead there, you know. So, yeah.
But I think it was a good trailer. I just said it should have been the first. It's a very story trailer. It tells you enough without telling you everything.
That's true.
It shows Doom be badass. A lot of people were mad that Doom said hell belongs to me, and I was like, "Motherfucker, that's the most Doom shit of all time."
Yeah,
Doom is in hell right now, audience.
Yeah. Doom is arrogant. Even if he didn't own Asgard, he said, he'll say, "I'm ruling Asgard." We walked in there. That is who he is.
That's true. Yep.
People are like, "Oh no," but Mephisto has his mom. I'm like, what the hell ain't happened in this timeline? What the fuck are you talking about?
And even if he did, that doesn't change how Doom feels. Doom has lost to heroes all the time and still said, "I own this planet. I just let you live in it." That's his mindset. That's always been his mindset.
It's true. That's true. But yeah, again, one thing I like that they're doing is a lot of these scenes seem like they're going to be the opening act of Doomsday.
Yeah, it seemed like they're on the Infinity War trailer thing again, where it's just the first 20 minutes.
That's true. And in this first 20 minutes, I better expect all these powerhouse, strong heroes to be fixing John Walker's shield. God dang it!
Cryptid, do you want to talk about?
What would you do if John just lights like that now?
No, you also saw that in the end credits scene. He's waiting for Sentry to go back to
No, at this point he wants it like that. At this point he wants it. Unless if he just saw Thor.
No, listen. If he meets Namor and he meets Thor and he don't ask him to fix it, he wants it like that. Okay, that's his own.
They're making John look stupid by doing that, man.
Well, no, because
I promise you, he won't look stupid when he throw that shit like a football hit.
For them to justify why he would like it, they have to show you a scene of him being a badass with it. So they're not gonna.
We saw him as a badass with the shield when it's fixed, when it's in working condition. Right. I just feel like you have to make the whole plot stupid in order to keep justifying that.
It's cooler if he does it, because then you have Captain America, you have Sam, and you have
that looks stupid.
You have Steve, Bucky. No, Steve, Sam, and John. So I kind of want 3 shields going around.
I want to see that moment too, but not when John comes in looking like a
I agree. It would be cooler. It would be cooler if they all had shields that they could throw around like fucking frisbees and bounce off each other. But I agree.
Okay, but audience, I'm not going. This is not going to be the last time I rant about that. Russo brothers, you've done me good for the most part. God dang it, fix that shield, man.
Do you want to talk about the rumors that are not confirmed but could be spoilers?
I don't want I want to see if safe.
He don't want to talk about that.
Gotcha.
I'm just
All
saying,
right,
if the rumors are true, X-Men are not getting a good start. They're not on a good foot. Okay.
Gotcha.
Mean
Speaking
good
Yeah,
about
things.
having a good start, let's go on to the next topic, guys. Go ahead, Jake.
I
This
know
is
you pointed
yours.
at me.
Me walk away.
yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
I
the
think
only
you did the top of the Jake. I wanted to do this. Kingdom
right.
Hearts
No.
the series. Fuck you. So, you know, I will go on record. I think I have played every Kingdom Hearts game. I played Chain of Memories. I even played the bullshit phone game. I'm in. You can find my name.
Wow.
You can find my name in Kingdom Hearts 3 as one of the Keyblade wielders who died.
I just know the story of
Wow.
all the games. I played a little bit of each and only beaten, I think, 2 or 3 of them.
I know Theodore's backstory before anyone else knew he was in that, even in that game. You hear me? But Cryptid, this show, instead of doing what they could have done, people don't know. Kingdom Hearts need to be fixed. Kingdom Hearts is the most janked franchise of all time because not only is most of the games on different systems, but they can't decide what Kingdom Hearts is. Kingdom Hearts have been 4 different things in this franchise.
Okay.
One time it
Wait,
was
hold
created
on.
behind a door.
I think I understand. I don't think I understand. It's like if we introduced the Dragon Balls, right? But like every time they came up in the story, they did something completely different. Okay, that's basically what Kingdom Hearts is. That's what he's trying to say.
Imagine the first time you find Dragon Balls, they're just what they are. The second time, they're defending gauntlet. You need a gauntlet to use. The next time you have to do the thing where Thor did. We got to go find eternity. Ask for a wish. That's what Kingdom Hearts did.
Wow.
But instead of like what? No, it'll be like that. But like but instead of a wish, it does something completely different. Like every time is different. It's something else. It does something completely different. It's not even a wish anymore.
This is what happened.
The whole organization got fucked over at some point. The point is, they really needed a show to bring this franchise together. And you had one show that started at 1 and just went through every game and made it one cohesive story. This could have been one of the greatest things of all time. Instead, they looked you dead in the eye and said, Kingdom Hearts a series. It's going to be some bullshit. All right, listen. We are not going to go back and do anything. We're going to create random new stuff to fill out this series. This series that's bloated by like 15 games.
Wow.
There's too much going on for you to tell people, don't worry, you're going to play Kingdom Hearts 4 and we got a random TV show that puts out random shit, not starring Sora or any of the people you actually like.
Look, this is the worst case about putting like fan service in the TV series. You just feel so cramped or like that audience, you know? So
I feel like the interest online has been lukewarm. I think everybody had the same reaction I did when I saw it. We were like, "Oh, they're doing it! They're finally doing the anime! They're doing it!" And then we just noticed that wasn't Sora at the cover. Like, oh, it's a spinoff.
Actually, I think this is supposed to be Sora. No, it's not. You're right. Never mind.
Yeah. I think everybody was like, seemed to be
you can
like,
tell by the shirt and the hair. That's not him.
Everybody seemed to be on board until we realized it wasn't Sora, and then we were like, "Oh, it's another spin. Oh, it's a spinoff."
this looks like somebody from like the wilderness being a Keyblade warrior. You know, you look at the.
It kind of reminds me of Riku.
It's like this. Is this a Keyblade warrior of God of War's universe or something like that?
He's about to take his father on an adventure across the realms.
But we're gonna go to random worlds and worlds we've already been to, and just fill more stuff out, learn more about these worlds. And I was like, you can't even tell us what Kingdom Hearts is. I don't care about I don't care about going back to Cinderella.
Also, is Nomura writing this?
Apparently he's involved.
Okay.
Apparently he's involved, and he's retiring soon. So whoever helps write this series is going to be the new writer for this franchise.
Okay, because like Nomura can't write. I'm sorry. He wrote like out of all the Kingdom Hearts, I think there's only like 2. There's like 1 in a 10th of good stories.
I think he has 3 good ones. The first one is good, but you can tell something's wrong with it. But it's good. It's very charming. Right. Chain of Memories has a story itself without that bullshit that has power bullshit. It's fine.
Right.
Marluxia is actually a good villain. And then you have the opening of 2. The opening of 2 is great.
Right.
And then they be like, fuck you. But the rest of the time just starts insulting you. It's kind of insane playing this franchise.
358 was almost good. 358 was almost good.
Wow. Gotcha. How many Disney properties would they be able to get away with this if he's going to other world, if he's going to other universes?
Realistically, considering we have another announcement later today, I think they are going to finally
we have
be like, we're going to do
anime, dude. So anything's really possible.
There you go. True.
Yeah, that might be a world, to be honest. Knowing them, with the announcement we have later on today, I guarantee you Marvel and Star Wars is probably, or Star Wars going to be in the next game. Because they've been teasing,
Wow.
they've
In
been
this
kind of
game,
wanting to
we
do
have
it.
Coco, so anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
They've been talking about it, they've been thinking about it, they kind of want to do it. And it wouldn't be hard to. People don't know, they added this feature where when Sora goes to a new world, his style changes to match that world. And that's why I said this, why people said this might be Sora in like a wilderness world.
For
But
visuals, if Sora
yeah.
goes to Lion King, he turns into a lion. That's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
He does a lion,
Yeah.
he just keep in his mouth. It's very funny. But so if he goes to Star Wars, it's a very easy like you don't even have to really change his costume like that and just give him a lightsaber keyblade. It's literally
He has an Organization 13 code because that's all they are. They're just Sith hoods anyway.
the merchandise you could do with a Star Wars keyblade, with a lightsaber keyblade, audience. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So with how much they've been latching on their decisions with the show, like I said, originally he said we were never getting a show with Kingdom Hearts ever.
Mm-hmm.
So given this, it showed you he's getting old. He's done to care as much as he used to. So I definitely see Marvel. I definitely see Star Wars. I know there was one more big Pixar movie he wanted that wasn't Coco.
Okay.
When something came out after Monsters Inc. I can't remember, but it will be another big Pixar thing. And Toy Story is supposed to return this game.
Got it.
People don't know Toy Story showed up in 3, but it was like Toy Story after 2. So now you're getting like modern Toy Story. If I remember correctly.
Wow. Well, we'll see how that goes.
All I'm saying is, like Jake said, people were super excited, and they found out they just a companion piece of 4, and it disappointed everybody. And look, to be fair, it might end up being good. Like I said, it's not just Nomura and his bullshit writing, and someone else helping. His successor might be the GOAT. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be the GOAT,
like
Jake,
real
or he's going
fucking
to be in Flynn. You saw they changed his shoes. People, they finally got rid of the Sora's clown shoes. That man got on regular Nikes now.
Okay. Good for him. I always kind of figured that was like, hey, Disney logo touch going there, but hey.
No, I think it originally was. Because Kingdom Hearts is a Disney IP, but with 3 and now 4, Nomura said he always thought Sora was the Final Fantasy rep for some reason.
Yeah.
So now in 4, he looks just like a regular Final Fantasy character.
Did you see, like literally his original outfit was supposed to look like Mickey's, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are these people talking about?
Yeah.
Anyways, not
That's
to
what
rush
happened.
you guys, but my phone is starting
Don't
to
worry,
overheat,
we're done.
and I do want to talk about Vision Quest. So.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Let's go to the question. We're done.
Let's go. Let me bring up the next picture, audience.
What's wrong? You could have put in a poster. Why you doing his dad kissing his son?
Well,
Yeah, Crypto,
why
this is
do
not
you-
helping the
why do you put it
allegations
on
we
me?
had of you before.
Hey, no. Why are you guys putting it on me? Like there's nobody else here who could put up photos here. Come on, guys.
Wait, verify. Did you give him that photo? Well, hold on. Wait, did you give him that photo?
I just went with the funniest photo, guys. I just went with the
You put
funniest
in
photo.
Vision
That's
Quest. You
strike
put that
two.
amazing poster and said, "Nah, I want that kiss."
Oh my
Cryptid,
God.
that's strike 2. That's strike 2. Okay.
I just thought it was funny. Okay, well, give a reaction. Would you guys have this reaction to put the poster? To be fair, I was thinking about putting this in the thumbnails just to be funny for Gaga's, but there were so many other things I had to put in.
Okay, Cryptid.
Anyway. Okay, you know what, Jake, you put up the picture next, the poster, man. Go ahead.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's like there's a pattern. I'm just saying.
God. Okay, so anyway, the Vision Quest trailer we got, audience, and we got more of a glimpse.
I like the aesthetic they have going for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely different. We don't really see that often.
Mm-hmm. Something
I
old,
like
but something new at the same
designs
time.
for all of the robotic characters, including Ultron's. I like how they used his beard to make it look like the little thingies he has on the side of his head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I like that too. It's just David Slater. He's gonna have fun with this role. Coming back here after a decade. So
yeah, he's like, I'm here to be obnoxious as Ultron.
Yeah. With
also,
still that
apparently we got
voice.
Tommy Shepard in this show, and I'm just like, look the mini moths. So Billy Kaplan and Tommy Shepard are supposed to look identical, even though technically
They're not related. And the fact that they
Mhm.
don't look alike is gonna low-key, high-key bother me.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
little
I'm surprised you're
nitpick
even watching the
annoys.
show.
Look, it looks
I know, right?
interesting. Honestly,
Yeah.
the show
Like,
might even be. Look, as long as the show is better than Secret Invasion, I feel like that is not even that high of a bar.
gotcha.
I'm
I'm glad. I'm
I'm
glad
kind
we
of
got
concerned with all
clarification.
the AIs they chose because they left out Karen from Homecoming, but they got Edith and stuff from Far From Home.
Ah,
And
seems like an
apparently there's one
oversight.
kid named You. And I'm like, who the fuck is You?
Was it
The
obvious?
AI just, huh?
Is it obvious?
It's not like it's not like there was any other robots in Vision's mythos that you could have put in here. You know.
Yocasta.
No, well, Jocasta in the
Well,
show. We know that for a fact.
we are.
We know who she casted
It's
as and everything.
confirmed, which.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
They brought in Dumb E, which is the robot from Iron Man 1, that little arm.
Oh,
And they brought in
wow.
another one of Tony Stark's robots as an AI in this. Which is
Yeah,
funny. So I don't think Vision has like any connection to people other than Tony Stark helping put him to life.
The only connection he has, Austin, is that he's in the community as them. He's in the
I
robotic cookout. Yeah. Oh, you're a robot?
Machine Man would not agree.
Yeah, where my
You're
man
a robot?
Machine Man at? Where's he at?
You're a robot. Vision's a robot. You two are best pals then, right?
They showed concept art when they showed this. Can I talk about this picture?
Go ahead.
It might be kind of spoilers. That's why I asked.
No, go ahead. If it's for a Vision Quest, okay, go for it.
They showed Jim Hammond.
They did.
They showed a robot that converts into flames, and it looked just like the Ultimate panel where Cap threw that lighter, like the Mazel Tov, and set Jim Hammond on fire.
Wait. Time out. You mean the Ultimate that the recent Ultimates?
Yeah, issue 4. There's literally nothing to get mad on. I'm just saying it looks like that picture.
I was so excited. Okay, as long as it's just that, audience, I just don't want to see anything.
You see him light up, and he got like a Dragon Ball Z type pose, and then fire all around. Okay. I'm just saying that picture.
Okay.
People don't know Jim Hammond has been MCU. He's been MCU longer than most heroes because he was in Iron Man 1 or Cap 1. It was in one of those two.
No, he was in Cap 1. He was in Cap 1.
Yeah, he was at the Stark Expo.
Yep. So I'm excited. Oh wow. Yeah.
To be fair,
yeah,
they didn't say his name directly. Well, if you look at the concept art, you look at that's clearly Jim Hammond.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just hope they go with like the Invaders era of Jim Hammond and not the most recent adaptation. I'll say that.
And we're not gonna get Invaders representation because we're not gonna get Jimothy and Namor making out. So
Well, I'm not concerned with that. I just want Jim Hammond to come in looking like a soldier, looking like more of a fresh old SHIELD agent as opposed to. Okay, I don't want to get onto that run. So, but no, I'm very excited if you're bringing in Jim Hammond. Yeah, big Captain America Invaders fan.
And that feels like a disgrace.
It was a bit of an oversight.
With Jim, I feel like you could, because I personally thought they were going to wait.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to wait for Wolverine, because then you can get the Wolverine flashbacks, and then just have Jim be a part of his squad, so you remove him from Cap squad.
Yeah,
that way he still gets his World War II, his war, backstory, but it helps update Wolverine, because we never really got to saw Wolverine War Days besides 5 minutes of Origins.
Oh, okay, got it.
But here, all the other AIs, I don't think it's wrong. He was the first one.
Was the OG?
He's technically the first ever hero. It's him and Namor. They came in the same issue, but Jim Hammond was on the cover. So technically, he's first.
It was the first time comics experimented with the idea of a hero versus a hero, which was Jim Hammond versus Namor.
Technically, Namor is the first anti-hero in comics. If we want to get technical.
I don't think they had the term
anti. He's also the first hero that can fly. So
that's why I missed a second.
I don't think they had the term anti-hero back in the day.
That's what it means technically.
No, anti-heroes have always existed, even if they haven't said it per
I think
se.
Punisher was the one who popularized it, but Namor was like, we're just saying that technically it was Namor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Man, I wish I learned about this Jim Hammond news earlier because I would brought up a picture of the exact version of Jim Hammond that I want, like that I hope they.
Like, we
link
didn't see his
to.
outfit, but I'm assuming it's going to be the all red fit. To be honest,
The all red fit. Okay, cool. Like,
dude, I'm just saying, if we get Jim Hammond in this, and in the future we don't get Toro, dude, throw it all out. Throw it all out. That's a son right there. That's a son.
Toro is a weird situation between mutant and inhuman right now, audience.
We can still get him in here.
this does concern me in the sense of like now with Jim Hammond here, we officially have everybody who's been connected to Vision, but he won't beat Wonder Man. I need him to meet Wonder Man because that's whose brain he's supposed to have.
Oh wow!
If he meets Wonder Man, he literally met every version of his dad. He has 5 dads in him. I need him to meet every one of them.
The only character I'm really concerned about is just Ultron, because people don't know, like, Ultron wasn't my top 5 MCU villains. I liked them before the internet switched up and said Avengers 2 is a good film. So, you know, so it's like, I kind of hope that he's done well. I liked his actual arc in the movie, where he's kind of like a childish version of Tony Stark and a little bit of Banner, like his anger spouts come from Banner. So I you know, I like how it was almost from his perspective and only his perspective. Like, I'm not justifying anything. I like how he really did believe in what and that he was making that he was saving the world to the point where he would actually get sad when things just didn't work out. Or like when Wanda is about to die, he's like, Wanda, get out of here. Like, you're one of the few people I didn't want to die. Like, things like that. There's like nuances to his character that I really enjoyed that I kind of hope is in the show still.
To be fair, based on his dialogue, it does seem like they're keeping some of that. Can you even have a part where he's trying to be a better father to Vision than Tony was to him? And I thought that was very funny.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like because it's been so long, and we know they like to water down people in their second appearance. As long as he's not Abomination bad, I think it's fine.
Right.
I'll let it slide.
It's been 6 years since we've seen Vision pop up in anything, audience. Could you imagine that? You know? So, yeah, I'm about to be excited.
I think it's already concerning, without any context from the show, I think it's already concerning that he's even... I don't know. I guess he was always in mission mode, so I guess in this situation he can't do what he wants, so I guess he would just be stuck with whatever we actually get to explore the person.
Isn't he just Ultron's memory of him? So, like... Right?
You mean Vision's memory? I'm not sure, but Vision's memory.
If all of them are here, Ultron didn't even meet some of them, so like, it had to be like something that connects them to the system. We don't know who Edith is, and shit like that. To be fair, Edith might have been around longer than that. We don't know when Tony made her, but we know she first appeared after he got destroyed.
It seems like him and Ultron are the co-lead, so I'm assuming this is actually just going to be his personality should be Ultron from 2.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when we saw like Tony Stark open up like that drawer that had like all those other AIs where Friday was at, there were a couple other discs.
I don't remember that ever happening. So
I also wonder if the show's going to remember that Tony and Bruce actually while Ultron is based off their brain patterns, they didn't actually make Ultron. They just jump started the program.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, by the way, guys, I uploaded the picture of the costume I won for Jim Hammond. Let me bring it up.
Oh, it looks the one I'm thinking of is like all red.
Oh,
like
his original.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the more like updated Shield one.
Yeah, this is Shield one, but
yep.
I like the Shield one, but there's like a certain.
They're not going to do that only because Shield doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
listen, I liked what I liked about the original is that like it was of its time. And I feel like it gives it that sense of like, well, I can't think of the term, but it's a sense of whimsy for some reason. It gives me a sense of whimsy every time I look at it.
Yeah, I do think he needs his first appearance. This is the first time he's going to be lit up since the fucking 60s.
This is like the professional uniform he will have like in the modern era, you know? So
yeah, but he's in robots' heads. He's not working for an organization.
Well, I mean, there comes a point where Jim Hammond
You know,
wants kind of like a little bit more
this
professional.
show gives me a bit of the Meet the Robinsons kind of vibe, just aesthetics alone.
Oh yes.
I just watched that movie again.
It's a good movie. I love that movie. We forced my friend Cypher to watch that movie for the first time because that bitch is uncultured.
I feel like
You can't go your entire life while only watching Masters of the Universe, Bionicle, and Ben 10, dude. You need to watch other stuff.
Jake.
Yeah,
I do watch other stuff. You guys just
That's
know
like
what
a
it
call you out post.
Yeah, I really did. I didn't know where that
I'm
even
talking
came
about Jake.
from.
I'm
It's
talking
like,
about Cypher.
I know it's so funny how everybody.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Jake,
I was
like,
like, yeah.
stuff.
Right.
What the fuck did I do? Is what Jake's thinking. Like,
Yeah, that's what it is.
okay.
You gotta experience other stuff, and that's what we did. That bitch has never seen Shrek. Calling you out on television, live television.
There you go. But anyway, you guys have any final thoughts to this? Because now I'm more excited about Vigil Quest now more than ever now, audience. So, yeah,
it looks interesting.
Yeah, it's probably the most interesting premise of a show since Loki, in my opinion.
In a hot minute,
Yeah.
I like it when they
when we thought about what Vigil Quest was going to be,
with
this was
other
not what I thought it was going to be.
and other aesthetics. When they get to do other aesthetics.
There you go. Anyway, any final thoughts before we move on?
No, my phone's gonna overheat and it's also gonna die soon. So I will.
All right.
Y'all, are we doing a live tomorrow for the comics or?
We'll talk about it after the live. If y'all are up for it.
I'll see you later, though. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.
All right. With that, let's move on to the next topic, guys. We still got 3 more left to go. We're already past the hour.
We got. Let's just. If you're, we can finish this. This is good. Tell them, Jake, we got this.
What? Spider-Man is back for season 2. I think Gwen just ruins the hype for it. So
I thank you. I told people this from the start. I don't know if people remember. I had a whole list of stuff. We had 13 storylines going into this season. 13. And then on top of that, you added a symbiote. You added Gwen Stacy from another dimension. And you added like 5 more. And now you're showing that
Is it Gwen from another universe?
I don't fucking know. It shouldn't be this spider. This spider's. It couldn't be this spider. This spider's in a time loop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The foundation of this Spider-Man was supposed to be the early days of MCU Spider-Man, at least, until it became its own thing.
The spider is in a time loop where it goes, it dies, it bites Peter. Peter kills it, but then you find out that the spider came from Oscorp and it goes to a portal from Doctor Strange to bite Peter. So I don't know unless they make it a whole nother spider, I don't think she can get bit by that one.
If it's just like if
it breaks the time loop, Peter shouldn't get his powers.
If she's from another universe, then like okay, that's just a one and done. That's like hey, there's a Spider-Verse out there. The bye. But like I just don't want her to be like a long-term character. That's gonna be like goddamn.
Yeah, if it is an episode, that's fine. But she did not. That's why I told people. I think the biggest problem with Spider-Man and Spider-Verse popularity now is that you'll never just have a Spider-Man show. If we ever do this, let's just Miles do Miles stuff. Peter and more are going to come in eventually. You just start to do Gwen Stacy, you're going to feel forced to bring the other right people in. And that's just what's popular with this stuff. You'll never just get a Peter Parker show ever again.
Thank God Marvel fought tooth and nail to make this last Spider-Man movie about the street level shit. But Sony was going to force that shit.
But now we have so many more storylines. You even see they showed a trailer and everything, but you didn't. It don't look like Tombstone is still tombstoning. If that makes sense, he's not getting more ash. Is that what it is? It's supposed to be ash. I don't know. This dude kind of racist to be asking me. You see him start getting ashy in the last season, people. Okay. And in this season, either he's using makeup, but the pieces the body parts that was ash aren't ashed yet. So to be fair, the show might not be finished, obviously. But it's just interesting to see.
This could have been a good opportunity to all those cameo villains we saw Peter fight in the recent Spider-Man movie. Audience, the show could have just we could make episodes about those fights and those adventures Spider-Man had with them. Something.
Also, I feel like and I talked about this in '97. I feel like we're straying so far away from like what makes Spider-Man unique in the comics and spectacular. And the original cartoon, or at least the one that everybody knows, does it really well. The side cast is supposed to be just as important as Peter. It's not supposed to be like Peter and like the main most important things in the universe
Yeah,
happening. It's supposed to be like Spider-Man
yeah.
and then also like what's Flash Thompson up to? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's
to be fair, they're trying to do that. You see it
but
with Tombstone. Harry got his own jealousy plot starting with Peter.
right.
So they're setting up the Hobgoblin stuff in a
No,
way.
but like all of this is in service of like villains, which
Yeah,
is but
I
it's
get that.
not
His
yeah,
girlfriend don't get shit.
yeah, it's all in service of like something Spider-Man can fight later, but it's not like, oh my god, like Flash learned to not be a jerk this episode, or like, oh my god, like the kids have to come together because someone got injured at the football game, and like Peter can't be there because he's being Spider-Man, so he seems like an asshole to people, like it's not that, Oh,
Mhm.
MJ's learning that maybe she wants to be in a serious relationship, maybe she's not, she doesn't want to
Hey,
just fuck
hey,
around.
hey, hey, that's a wave.
But okay,
Whoa.
right,
I
Take
forgot about
Hagen
her.
talking.
right.
I forgot about her.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I guess that it's like they're like Spider-Man was so much more than just Peter and Spider-Man. It was like the whole cast in his life that Peter was either letting down or supporting. And now it's just like, well, if you don't have superpowers or you're not on your way to get superpowers, then who the fuck cares about you? That's kind of what it feels like in these
Oh,
in these cartoons now. So
yep.
yeah.
Yep. You can't just be a regular, ordinary, friendly neighborhood guy, audience.
No, I mean, like, I think this trend started in Ultimate Spider-Man, I want to say, because all of Peter's friends had to be in S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah.
I think by
It
like
was
season,
that the Web Warriors and everything.
yeah,
Mhm.
to the point where like they replaced Peter's entire high school setting so he could just be in S.H.I.E.L.D. full time and have like just a bunch of superhero kids.
I
That was
recall
like
that,
the
yeah.
yeah. And they still never had Flash find out that Peter was Spider-Man. That was a weird thing to have.
To be
But like
fair,
even though he was a superhero.
which show had that episode where everyone else do? No, I think that was a comic. I thought they were set up that people know in Ultimate Universe when Peter died and everyone leaves to go to his funeral. Flash is the only nigga in class. He didn't know Peter was Spider Man, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Whoa.
Everybody else is at
Whoa.
the funeral. Even the teacher wants to be there, but the teacher can't go because Flash came to school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So and then we had like what was the last cartoon before this where it's like if you were Peter's friend group, you were a spider person. You
Oh
were
yeah,
you were the
Marvel
spider person.
Spider-Man, where
Spider-Man.
Black Cat, Miles, Gwen, Harry was Hobgoblin,
Right.
and it was like two other
For
people.
some,
We had I think it was
for
Arana.
some reason,
Yeah.
yeah. For some reason,
Yeah,
all the spider-related characters were just as smart as Peter. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's also because people don't understand that it's okay. Not everyone really can be Spider-Man. That's not
Mhm.
true. Okay. Some people can, not everybody. All
Mhm.
right. I'm telling you right now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If everyone
Mhm.
could be Spider-Man, then Peter is not really like a unique hero. Like you actually
Yeah.
ruined the Peter character
yeah.
by Spider-Man.
It could they
Exactly.
misunderstand the quote of you can imagine Spider-Man. Anyone can be under the mask. It's not that
Right.
everyone should be Spider-Man. It's that you can see yourself in Spider-Man.
Right.
Hmm. That's true.
But
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. I mean, I didn't watch the first season. Too busy to be watching the second season. So yeah, who's gonna be watching it here?
I'm
I'm
probably try
probably
it.
gonna watch it. It was, like first seems alright.
Yeah.
Um,
Theme song's dope.
I was mainly watching it because this show does bring supervillains that hasn't been adapted to anything. Like you got Speed
Mhm.
Demon, you had Inferno, and a bunch of other people who just never been in anything ever before.
Right.
Tarantula was
Yeah.
also in here. His first appearance in anything was in here before the movie.
Okay.
So I do appreciate at least getting to see like that stuff adapted. I'm still hoping for Big Will. That's my biggest
Okay.
dream.
Yeah.
Like I said,
All
Fearful Spider-Man and Big Will. I need those too.
right.
But like I said, the stuff with Tombstone was interesting enough that I'm interested to see it. But I don't think this Peter is a good Peter. Like you said,
Very bad.
they replaced Tony with Norman because people kept complaining. That was make people like main thing. Oh, you play Tony with Norman, everything worked out. I think it makes it worse.
No.
So far, with Norman being in that Tony Stark role of the mentorship,
After
and then
seeing Brand New Day, I mean, to be fair, this Peter is still getting his legs. But after seeing Brand New Day, Tony being Peter's mentor paid off tremendously because the Spider-Man
Oh,
Peter is
wow.
now is like the strongest Spider-Man on cinema right now. That he is
Oh,
by far the
wow.
best Spider-Man in terms of how he
Oh, wow.
approaches situations, in terms of how he deals with technology, in terms of how he measures himself. That is stuff he learned from Tony. That is not stuff that's not stuff he will learn from anybody else. But yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I do agree with that. But like I said, he's not the best Peter yet. He's very much a very wimpy version of Tom Holland from the first movie.
Yeah.
And then the last minute, he was like, "Oh, let me lock in. I got to beat Scorpion today." That's about it. Basically, the kid needs balls.
Well, that's also because they got rid of the other thing that makes Spider-Man interesting. Because he doesn't have his guilt. As much as it worked in the Ultimate Comics, the original run, they got rid of the part that Spider-Man's his escape from being a nerd. That's supposed to be what Spider-Man is. That's why. Yeah. That's originally why he's making all the jokes and shit, and he's bullying people, bullying villains. Because that's him. That's his time. That's his me time, where he could just stop being the nerd that everybody picks on. He could be the hero that helps people and also gets to beat up bullies. That's the point. But now Peter and Spider-Man are the same character now. There is no real distinction, and so you get wimpy Peter as Spider-Man, and it's well, that's not really Peter. But
I'm not convinced that Peter can get girls because of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Peter seeing his confidence side as Spider-Man made it kind of believable when later he gets with this girl who's going to be a supermodel or going to say he's literally 8 to 10 out of 10 his whole career. You keep this. I'm bro, I don't see what that girl was seeing you besides you being nice. It's the most nice guy syndrome I ever seen in my life.
One of the reasons it's spectacular. One of the reasons Peter would pull is because this dude was I think even especially the first season, you see him just be outgoing as fuck. Once he got his powers, he was wait a minute, I could join the football team. Even though he quits at the end of the episode, he was a very outgoing nerd. People are oh wait, what the fuck? Peter got game. Peter's pretty impressive as a person. Or when what's her face? Is it Liz? Liz Allen was his girlfriend in the show? His first one?
Liz, the first girl he wanted to get with was Betty.
Yeah, but he wanted and then I think the girl that he actually wound up dating in season 2 was Liz.
Yeah, it was Liz.
Yeah. And so there was the one where he was tutoring her and she was expecting to be such a fucking pushover, she wasn't even listening. And then Peter just was you know what, I got better shit to do. I gotta get out of here. So you know what, later you go look with your homework. Bye. She was oh, what the fuck? He stood up for himself like that. That's what I'm saying. Peter needs a backbone, bro. That's how he gets the ladies. Like Austin said. But
gotcha. Oh yeah. Hopefully things won't turn out bad for the series, but we can be optimistic.
I think it's gonna end as a really mid series. I don't think people want to hate it or love it. I don't think it's gonna get worse than what it's been already though. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think so far, the first season also had parts I didn't like, and I assume this season that part's just gonna be the Gwen Stacy stuff.
We'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, we are in a bit of a time crunch, so you guys want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next.
Okay.
I do with it. What did you think about? So Doc Ock, you saw they did the Shadow Man from Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, they had to somewhat resolve that at some point. I guess. Well, not some point. Better late than never, I guess. So yeah.
So there was a Bionicle fan game that was supposed to come out. It was gonna be the game is gonna cover the first arc of the Toa Mata story, where they awake on the island, they learn that they're Toa, and they have to fight the Rahi back to Makuta's lair, and then fight the Eldritch horror that was Makuta, the Shadow Man, and save Matanui the island. And it was looking great. People were really excited. And then and Bionicle told them, Lego told them, hey, it's fine to do this. Right? And then they got 90% done with the game. They released the trailer. And I guess someone at Lego looked at that and said, nah, cancel that shit. And they're oh. So people were really upset because Bionicle doesn't get new content. It hasn't gotten content since 2011. Well, I guess the reboot, but people don't count that.
Yeah.
So people were fuck. Well, I guess Bionicle's in a drought. We're just never getting this back again. And so the guy was you know what? I'll make my own Bionicle. So he retooled that in less than a year. He retooled that entire game, and he made a new one called Rustbound. Using the assets from
he made his own fan fiction.
Yeah, he had no choice because he couldn't make it. He couldn't make the thing he wanted to make. I saw the trailer. It's more impressive that to me, it's more impressive he did this in a year. Now, the game is probably going to be pretty much the same. It's just that, like, any references to Toa or Matoran will probably be swapped out for something else. Because he did this in a year. So it's like, not much has probably changed for the base level. But it will technically be a Bionicle game, just not in name.
Yeah.
A lot of it now, the trailer doesn't look that impressive because, especially as a Bionicle fan, I could tell you can clearly tell that he just swapped some shit around. It's the same shot, the same iconic shot of Tahu landing on Matanui the island, but instead of Tahu, it's this thing. It's like this thing. So it's like things like that, or like instead of the island looking like calm and like tropical, it looks more like red and ashy now. So it's like, so it just looks it's like legally distinct. It's like again, I understand it. I hope in a sequel he can really flesh out his idea more, because I know this is a last minute thing. But it's like, holy shit! It just literally is a repaint. It's like just paint that shit over and just keep going what you're going with. That said, it will be available on Steam. If it gets popular enough, who knows? Maybe it'll move to consoles. Hopefully, like I said, in a sequel, maybe he'll be able to do more. But that's about it. I just want to let people know the project is alive and well.
Bigger budgets never hurt, audience.
Maybe in a sequel. We'll see. I mean, now we can monetize it. Before you could monetize it because it was Lego's thing, but now we can. So maybe.
But that's the problem, though.
Right.
When it was a free thing in Lego, people aren't going to be, that critical of it.
Right.
But now you're telling me I have to pay for it. That invites criticism because I'm spending money for a product.
It's true, but there's also technically on paper it's a fan game, and the internet will give a lot of leniency to fans that they wouldn't give to any other situation. If they had to pay for it.
Wow.
I'm not expecting the game to be any worse than it was when it was the original project, because it's just repainting. So the gameplay that we saw before is probably just the same game. So it's just is what it is. The visuals just might be worse for obvious reasons. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I was kind of more. Listen, I'm transparent as fuck. I was more interested in this one as a Bionicle project, but if it looks good, maybe.
Do you know how much it costs?
I don't think he's released the numbers for it yet. He just released a trailer.
Bro, if you drop this on the market for $60, I'm beating your ass.
There's no way. It's probably like I'm expecting 20 at best.
Yeah, I was about to say I was thinking 10.
Right. Let's see. I get so the only. You also tell it was a last minute name as well, because there's already something called Rustbound. So
that's why I thought. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Rustbound was more.
Yeah. So yeah. So it is what it is. Unless I'm just not getting the name right, but I'm pretty sure when I read the article, it was called Rustbound. Yeah, it was Rustbound. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So,
gotcha.
That's what it is.
A little bit of a hiccup there. A little bit of a hiccup there. But
yeah. Hopefully Lego is doing something about it. The fact that they would cancel this fan game, hopefully they're doing something with Bionicle. At least in terms of games, I don't really need the story to be retold, unless if it's in a game format, but that's about it. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's it.
Gotcha. Brighter futures ahead, audience. Let's be optimistic. But anyway, audience, I guess with that, we should move on to next. And I think in the interest of time, we should probably move on to the last topic of the night. So, all right. So this is the only comic book news topic we're talking about today. And
so there were like 2 topics left, and you picked the worst one. All right. Okay.
What? Hey, no.
How many topics? What was left?
It was like the Power Rangers. Disney canceled Power Rangers.
Bro, listen, y'all. Power Rangers canceled. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all.
I would rather talk about that. I would rather talk about that than this.
This is Power Rangers canceled.
Lifetime opportunity.
I hope it come back animated. That's all I'm saying.
Got it. Anyway, so it's been announced that Marvel and Star Wars will be having a crossover, audience. To that, I'll say, man, I thought this would have come up years ago, audience.
No. And that's why this is desperate as fuck.
Really? Okay. Explain.
They had Star Wars for years and didn't want to do a crossover. And now you think think about how they are in comics right now. We're only like 2 books are in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a team up book, I mean, if it's not like a event book, it's not in the top 10. It's just Daredevil and something else, and then
Yeah.
Spider-Man at 10.
Mhm.
I think they're getting desperate because they need something to keep the hype up.
Yep.
They have to wait. Their absolute their books to compete with the absolute is supposed to be midnight. That's all the way in October.
Yep.
I think they're doing these announcements just I think it's a desperation move. Cause like even look at the team here. Yeah, you have to look at the team here.
Wait. Desperation
tell me
for
this is
Star
the
Wars
people
or
in the book.
Marvel? I'm confused.
It's all
Marvel.
under Marvel. Marvel does both.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying you said
Marvel
two books in the
Comics.
top 10. Were you talking about Star Wars related or Marvel related?
No, none of the Star Wars stuff is in the top 10. The two books in the top 10 is Daredevil. It was usually between 4 and 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, who's right at 10, or he's out of it.
Okay, I'll just be behind. All right, continue.
Yeah, the only time any other book gets in the top 10 like it's like the first issue of an event, like Avengers Armageddon #1 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But kind of like comic book side, they aren't doing the best, and they need to get more people into the Star Wars side of stuff. Because why the Star Wars side? Well, the Star Wars comics were decent, and they fell off for a while. But
Yeah.
they aren't doing anywhere near like the Marvel stuff in sales. You never hear people don't even talk about the Vader comics anymore, and they used to love talking about that shit.
Oh, eventually Vader's gonna hit a dead end because there's only so much you can do. Like what that's.
But that's why I think they're trying to drum up more interest in their modern day stuff. That's what they're doing. Doctor Doom. That's what they're doing in Avengers. Oh, look, Doctor Doom's hot. People know Doctor Doom. It's an easy segue to get the fans for and stuff. But like, if you look at these teams, you can tell how different it is. Obviously, if you look at the wraparound thing, the main two villains gonna be Vader and Doom. So why the fuck is Thanos and Venom here?
Right.
They need a Venomized version of a Star Wars character, audience.
Unless it's just for the cover, which will piss people off. That means you got to justify having Doom and Vader be a bigger bad than Thanos.
I think it's behind the scenes, but it's like this really should have just been like Guardians of the Galaxy and like Crosshairs. They should have been the space people and the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, the Avengers don't really mesh with Star Wars.
It's just for the novelty of it, you know.
It depends on who's writing it. Because if Hickman is doing this, I can see him tying it into his Avengers with War Very Spacebound team.
Austin, it's been announced who's writing it. It's going to be written by Kevin Smith.
All right, man. Turn this shit off.
Okay. To be fair, I could trust Kevin Smith is a real big fan of Star Wars, so I don't think he's going to want to do anything to screw this.
I don't think he'll be bad. I just know he's going to fangirl write this shit. Yeah. He's too much of a nerd to get this crossover. Is all I'm saying. Okay, he's going to clean him on any page he writes on. I like Kevin Smith as a writer. He wrote one of my favorite Daredevil books, was the Guardian Angel one with the baby and shit. But like that, I didn't like him He-Man. But he's also the one who writer, but I just know he's too much of a fanboy for these franchises to handle himself and do this the best he can.
Well, we'll see. I'll wait until I see what he's actually written so far. I mean, he did write that good story between Green Arrow and Daredevil. Thought that was fun for the short story that it was. And will we run a fun interaction between Luke Skywalker and Captain America? We'll see. The lightsaber meeting the shield.
It's episode 4 Luke. It's not even the good Luke. It's the weakest
farm boy. Yeah, that means they're going to use Cap to inspire this nigga to be good.
Luke can't even fight yet. Luke doesn't want to fight. Like,
Captain America,
Captain America fighters good across fighting Vader with a shield, bro.
the only thing Luke is good at right now is piloting a starship. So he should be with the Guardians. He shouldn't have anything to do with the Avengers right now. That's all he can do.
Well, Captain America knows how to inspire hope, so that could be where the hope comes from.
Yeah, he's going to get his ass whooped by everyone here. There is no one he can fight.
Luke, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me look at this. He can beat Tarkin.
He can beat in very situational.
Tarkin is right there. He can beat Tarkin. He's right over Venom's shoulder.
Didn't Tarkin almost beat Vader with his strategies?
I have no idea who Tarkin is.
Bro, he can beat that one stormtrooper in the back.
Oh my god! All right, bro. All right.
Why is Ultron here?
Bro, this is
to
like
give
the
support to the
worst.
You know what's
Yeah,
fucked
Stormtrooper.
up? Ultron and Star Wars would have been a cool invasion storyline too. You don't need all these niggas in one book. There could have been a 5-piece epic thing
you could
with
have
different
had.
villains interact with Star Wars for all we knew.
You could
And you
have.
decided to throw them all in one book.
You got maybe like
This is a
Doctor Doom versus like Palpatine, and that could have been like the plot right there. That's all you
this
needed.
is a once in a generation sort of crossover event. So
But there's
I
nothing
know.
interesting about it. There's nothing interesting about it.
You
It's just
know it's the
again
worst
for the
time period
novelty.
and the worst team. Like I'm gonna tell you.
We'll see
Han
how this
Solo
plays
is
out.
only Han Solo isn't even
Oh, you know,
that capable. Like he's
you know,
capable, but not compared to like what
You,
these other
you
cast
know what?
members can do.
you know what's
You know
funny?
what,
If I
guys?
was gonna do the Avengers, I would have did the Avengers in like the prequel timeline.
Yeah, guys, you know who should have been the one to write this crossover? Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
thought he
that from the
yeah.
Parks and Recreation skit audience, go look that up. So yeah, but we'll see where this
Patton
goes.
also a nerd have been very involved in comics. I feel like he has more self control than Kevin Smith.
Yeah, the last time that guy wrote a comic, I think, was MODOK. But yeah, it's been a while since I read that. But yeah, some of us are more optimistic about this than others, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not that invested in Star Wars, so but I like Marvel, so
And this will
hopefully it'll
not
be
change
more
my
of a
mind.
I just
cycle.
want to see Doom react to this Death Star because that would tell me all you know about Kevin Smith. Because if he have Doom look at him like, oh, this is smart, like this is great, I'm gonna sell my book.
No, I want to see a scene of
If
Deadpool come.
Doom
If
should be
Deadpool
written like
comes
how
in,
your boy Thrawn is at this point. Where he's like, you're just wasting shit. You're
right.
wasting for like no reason. You're not even winning.
I need Deadpool to come in, get into the Sith's headquarters, cut his arms off, and pretend that he's Darth Vader with his mask off. Come on, it writes itself, audience. So,
He wants Vader to come back and try to get his tube. I want to see Deadpool in there. Like, what the fuck? Why you my
Bro,
water
it's
tube?
like, brother, it's not like I just even thought about how bad this is. It's not even just that Luke can't fight. He's not even like he doesn't even have solid ideals yet. Like he's just
Yeah, that's what
naive forward.
Captain America shaped his ideas, bro.
Everything that makes Luke who he is in episode 6, but he has to go through episode 5 to get it. But he's not even there yet. Like he's too naive.
Jay, he's gonna learn hope and all that from Steve. Listen. Steve's gonna teach him how to look. I just spread democracy across the universe. Now Luke's gonna do it.
He learned that from Ben in episode 4, but he died. Like he needed more time.
He dies. He gets a better mentor.
All right.
When it's not
let
him kill himself.
It's like he learned that lesson he already learned from Obi-Wan. Unless we're just saying that that's not happening in this version of events, I guess.
Well, we'll see Obi-Wan here.
Right. So I'm assuming. So maybe Captain America somehow inspires Obi-Wan. He gets his dad's lightsaber somehow. I guess. I don't know.
I just like to think America's influence reached across the galaxy. Audience, is that too much to ask? Come on.
If you wanted to tell me that you were desperate, it wouldn't be saying Marvel meets Star Wars. It's showing me this poster and saying Marvel and Star Wars are crossing over. That's what makes it feel desperate to me.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, audience. We'll see what happens.
Look, that's all I'm saying. Look, if you want another reason why I say they were desperate, just think about what me and Crit have been saying like for 2 years now. The moment they got Alien vs Predator, they didn't wait even a year before they did a crossover.
Yep.
They had Star Wars since like 2008, bro.
Just saying, how like Marvel and DC like to bounce off of each other. The fact that DC did that whole, DC characters crossing over Looney Tune characters, you would think, Marvel would want to say, you know what, we own Star Wars, we own Marvel, we should make something team up like that,
Brother,
that's why I think Marvel Star Wars gonna be in Kingdom Hearts, and they're gonna do like a 5-issue miniseries, Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars, and all the Marvel crossover.
Forget the exhaust vent. Thor is going to hit the Death Star so hard it's gonna just explode. Like, what are we? Oh my god, bro! Like, what the fuck?
That would be bro. This whole book is them low dipping the dark side will be so funny though.
Jesus Christ, bro!
This is what you do. Instead of shooting that laser in that one weak spot of the Death Star, you have Captain America throwing his shield, And
Bro,
then, bam.
the only way it would be even more comical as if like Luke fucked up and the Death Star did fire, but Thor gets in the way and just fucking bats that shit back at it, bro.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. Imagine they do all this shit to set up the Death Star, and Wanda just opens the portal and just shoots himself.
Like, oh my god, they're cooked.
Like I said, man, I would admit that the more classic Avengers, so no Wanda, a very early Thor, and I probably would have did like a prequel in a prequel timeline, because the whole thing you had to figure out who Palpatine is before you can even do anything. They didn't. The mystery could have been led to something, but if you're already here, if we're starting resistance, we already know who the villain is. Just go to Death Star and kill this.
Wanda's gonna be like, no more Force powers. Boom, I win.
Oh,
Thanks. Fuck you. Like, wait. I'm like, god damn.
Wanda's gonna have a mental breakdown mid battle. Just say,
Right.
fuck you.
This whole timeline. Nah, bro, this killer sucks, bro.
We'll see how this goes, audience. We'll see how this goes. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're already past the 2.5 hour mark, audience. So wow. Extra long.
I blame Persona 2.
That's still the best story of all
of
time.
the power. But anyway, audience, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll be seeing y'all next time.
Later.
See ya.